car no abandon. The car no abandon. Brand, the car no abandon.
Bread, you watching a kunyao. Ishiraka neat et yefunina. Ozioma ADAKABRI or ribo, baby.
The car no abandon.
Yes, or quite carasio, and a sure carrot quine. Penny no wire, yabo quite but you assure. Ozioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO. Watching a kunya, baby.
Yamama Tnasio na Yamama ha. Yefri neat 100.9 FM so. And it said, yeah, Batman na sweet. Nana ye wukwada. Oje fubo some na ye womi. Nida etoso and kron. Afi empinu eduonu emienu. Na mami se abodonko apa homiti edu enwotwe. Na yetna se a ye fra me ADAKABRI Mamudu Osioma na mene madofo mienu ana atena se as guest reviewers na madofo mienu no ba kufri asante ana ba kufri nkran. It is a we celebrity a who kumase a what are the opportunities? We are celebrity a who nkran what are the opportunities? Ehinu fa de na emudu kumase de mood so
kumase omusa enti say ye ji utumu a bebia obewre bia ase
abia ma
wo ba akra say
okwa.
It's only like a section like ebi akra say obi hu obi beka say yakodo nim ni po obi so no the hwan ni me nti di din crowd but in kumase no it's so easy like
sir
we are celebrity I mean what je baby afa.
How is it like if you are being a celebrity in Kumasi? What na me a celebrity? Muti Kumasi no. How is it like being a celebrity in Kumasi?
Kumasi kind of celebrity no. Akoye to say me who send your menka the form of local folks no more. In Ghanaian society so no as a local folks no so adorso looking at the intellectuals no it is we are celebrity na say wo Accra intellectuals no regard them more and Kumasi so as a local folks no ye ma me mo adwedifo no name ye ma me nkrase fo no mo way you so value more because we are Kumasi celebrity you guys deal more with English any ade nti we be gina ho wo Irish na wo kan no enya ho na wo hwe opening local setting no won say Kumasi they are more into traditional form of stuff. They cherish tradition. In this we a celebrity or not say win my memory. Now we include in your kind of performance omu to me eji to me I say Flogging Stone for instance. What the ayata stayed in a clip and then the rap no. Who wants some a person who saw ya santini ofi oti okokosu efie and cry star no so no celebrity bi wo ho ono anten cry ono so a onti papa so he or she tries to fuse the two.
Language.
Acquire abrofosam. Now we are trying to import southwestern style no in more.
But when say if apart from say Kumasi no, Ghanaians as a whole, it's not the intellectuals that make celebrities. This is the locals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's part to come from me. They be like, hey, ADAKABRI, let me know a picture. No, it is the locals that make you feel like you are above.
Exactly.
Sasa kwa dia mobile United Showbiz na say higher man. We be pack o kaba be jina ba be sa kwa dia. No, you ain't got time for that. Locals whether it is not the intellectuals that make.
So it is the locals who make the celebrity.
Exactly. You can't who can one of the biggest radio stations in Ghana. What do you mean despite media? Don't we have people who speak Irish contemporary before? Ebeni CNN ni BBC kwa neko. But the celebrities that are made from this house most of the time, no they are bigger. Because market women never
exactly.
More traffic never so we nipa. Because the bank no be ADAKABRI. Oh my God! Nah.
Oh my God.
It's locals.
Onye di wo di eni.
It's no more to bro for nyum no adi na muso mo brands no more brands.
Exactly.
Na wa obeka na say kwado buy obede number 1.
Medo. Odo wiase. Makuma mu toffee ama. My heart toffee. Ko come my heart toffee. That be enclicate. It's na ma lumba name. Kwadwentwi no mo ne kwaba omo cha wo system no mu no. It is a local akana or canon. We carry majority of population no so. It is over here. Omo even different language the tone no omo bread and some more penetrating. Obi oka this guy for instance screw face and gasmela. That those who say omo bread edu baby say local folk need the best and as account for need the best and you beat you know. There be, but when no so the more omo bi omo no to come out with the wet you know. The more be tinchen cry na can it san enyu me tie no so to be. But I know it's the population size and also can enti na na do see yen na yenko school no na ka yen na em blended fine look at ne blended na foreign style no so air blended na esi na a promoting of fast food enti baby a wo fi bia no wo hye bia no wo come out with something because we have equal blend of culture na say bibisa no na trending fast yeah
na celebrity something kuma so mu ska
Omuyiwi. Osi na mami asi uga maro.
Dabi, me ankasa no me ba Accra, ena kra me bi say mpacho Accra ha mudi dollars ana. Me bi sa Uber driver me fire. No say, hey, Accra there your style of living no different. Because me 5 cities
that be
also my style of living standard of living high. Because come me 5 cities I made didi.
Sir?
Na aha nso we
Madam, I say uko say Adam nyame bi. Uto bi
nyame be kire. Excuse her French.
Sorry. Uto bi 2 cities go 2 cities. That's what have about 2 cities.
Hey. Na that be the beans.
Gas with them wa.
Na music I was on coming nde.
Wo what wa no din nyadi gabins.
Na they got gabins in one day. I am born.
But you have to be anto nchen. Standard of living wa comparatively.
It depends on how you want to live. Madam, I went to Kumasi for a weekend. I told them here that me could be. Taxi fares to Kumasi are ridiculously expensive.
Because no
really?
Madam, that me say. Met me afa Uber.
Okay, also it depends on Bruno akwatena so. Any baby na ufri. This I say, who call East Legona? Fufu kitu ebube 200 Ghana cedis.
Oh madam, who just say mo muko mo de ora ni papa.
Daddy o me wa picture wa ha o. Me chebi, fufu bi. East Legona baby. Hey. Enwa ba ku 50 cedis.
Daddy o mini baby aton akrantie 30 cedis.
Fine. Exactly.
That is the same way so I miss me come sunyanya. Ebi a milk and a milo ameto I say na ebofu. Because me come sunyanya it is expensive there because in kind of mo be fan man.
Okay.
So mo the transportation ni bibia e kan. You took oto milk sunyanya. Now we better milk Accra. Accra dey near cheaper because of the transportation. That is the same way as in rain here na akwachi eyi no. Akrantie no. Enti e ho na e o. As a wako e friend say Cape Coast akoko resese. Obenje no. Oh, every to for.
Abra.
It is the location and the things that are there.
When say fish, ne boarding one cry, ne tema esni Kumasi. Liver products.
Meanwhile,
Kumasi is cheaper than Accra.
It's true. If you kept coast to Crown, fish and boarding things Kumasi, but the taste differ. But your taste in the difference, because me matna Cape Coast all my life.
In fact, Uma me ye Cape Coast 26th of February.
Mpachawai. No fish no unya fresh from Mpoano. Nti farini no fish say wa beto won nsem a ye fresh and can ice that there say bo bam. Value for money. Ebi no ukotwa wenu. Exactly. But Kumasi fish no brother na ninko hia no kra sometimes hu. But ya wa bre ya tata no so ya pack bi wa no so ma. Just say ahode ni nutrients ni na distribute to box no. Obi afa ne kwan. Unya be pona. Ayasam. We na akobua no wo ho. Na akwaya te say obufa say monopoly said they the same thing. Into we say prices never for nya say best say. No say perishable goods. Since say it's a ton of fofo. Ti o baby ani be obenya no fofo le.
Okay, mene madofo emi no. Eye abna moe. Ana efia crunchwa. Na efia crunchwa eye teacher ni ewo Kumasi ahinkro nom. Ana Abramowe eso eye media personality ewo enkran ha sei. Na asemada hoti a wane se enkomo a ye ne wo mu die nyina no. Ye bese ye tie no ma bi ase. Eno ma ye tie ase sesia no mabawa. Se woni radio presenter betwempna na woni musician betwempna emu die he na ye.
Asemi dear boy.
Enka disuja na wu. Why?
Omuti ni akodwo wo.
Ka disuja. Bible class ya ware ni heaven. Eti disuja.
Asema kai wo say.
Bible say ampon eyi erade medawase se won me ma. Pape ba de ye won ampon kra be ka kire. SDA omukwa bo de so mbenya me twen.
Abna
Me momo de enka mefa dwom to ni. Me de abna wo ye dan wo wiase ye maya ye titi hei de ye da ye be ware. Enti se opportunity number na ye the musician na ye the radio presenter te se na ADAKABRI ye presenter yi ye de wa begina ho na ye se me yi ba ko a me yi dwom to ni an ye kwa me re ho ofi obeto nwom acheche me re
se kwabla kwabla wa ware 3
dabi eno dia fatu nche no ye nipasu
na ga ye to nwom
enye profession su ye nipasu but some musicians be wo ho so ma ware ye successful
I didn't know we choose musician over a radio presenter and a TV presenter.
The women decide to be fools.
Okay.
Who celebrity bia na ware bia afa bia oye bema bia e wo so hu say e oba no na aye na adwen say wo de utie almost all the successful marriages go to oba make say it is not because if you any ajo oba no na aye na adwen say mami mbu manim gu so
but oba no ni eni adwuma be ma ne ye
once unimu but initially when a man wants you it is different.
It's different.
And you have
and it has always been like that since Adam. It has always been like that.
But you see, with people in the eyes of
because radio presenters for me are for radio presenters. The way on bet who I can't some no.
Radio presenter, TV presenter, and concern with you. Does it affect the affection for a woman?
It does sometimes.
Wow.
It does.
How?
That sometimes it does.
What if it doesn't
say?
What if on trending stories? What if ADAKABRI say no ni concern or your political show?
Okay. Yeah, man, opportunity no nchire say. Obi a presenter, ne concern odie no. Does it affect the care, the protection, the affection for a woman ana?
Okay. No. Me who say we a radio presenter. Na asema eye no kre. E baby a yesa wo de to. One fan to in a way no affect waware because society a large number of people at you so mutie wa they will point fingers at you when you crazy in a chair on feel comfortable say hey me kun na yase waka sa asem yi na air trendy in a bimu air bonechi e kasa presenter we there and most presenters no just a few but mo ya no crafo no asem na ete no oka but obi wo ho kra na onya information onya asamonka into ohwiehwia and obeka and this kind of work no a competition send your wo beche ho beka no I be trendy e beto nkofo asum no eno na eka e bi so na wo yire no the way a society no e fa asem no afa no onfo aso wo be kire o say odo na asem a wo kan e sa na te o say o jai na manka ne se a e be si de menye bibia befie o say wo kan ye so o say o ja na akoye ntawantawan ketenkete.
Yeah, presenters deliberately tell a lie.
Some, yes, because unim enye ebu oho enye nani da ho say obe tell a lie. But the way obe present ya some obe packaging no. We gina chi sometimes we won say we ya masho. Enu nti na ya nkofo ka say media enye ebetumi atwa eja ato oman mu because ebe jina asema wo be ba be kan ebie nipa no wan kan sa but the way I be package no wo be present no na koye he na kika we no se be what you say okosho say
but not
mami we kunu no
oyan concern no presenters no ombetimi ahwemo
but presenters na so market to anu minim but kakra me hu na se bebrenye because yan fan so koye program there are a couple of times am akoso am ye program da but we are sometimes obu ho se wa anya amamre o
na o sa pe bibia je firi ho
exactly
oba fefe na ono presenter na sa pe bibia je firi ho
wa anya amamre o na yesa we ye dey we ya amamre nti ano no ayesa munchire mu
ka ne ho kire no
kakra
na be ma ne ho kire no so de wuntimi ntwusu no sa
Emma enemre ubetimi ana
it looks easier for the musician. It looks easier on the musician.
Yes.
Side. But what you don't know is musician ejuma net sakawa.
Musician ejuma no who can say you jamambo. That's where you are coming from, right?
I'm taking it from your point of view as a financial.
As a sakawa.
Oh, it's a sakawa in the sense ebetimi aba say be 2 years. Na wumbulo ye.
Exactly.
Ebetimi aba and then with the musicians I'd say radio presenting. ADAKABRI betimi catches have been in this radio industry for 30 years. And no bianca say ni ho atwam ti onkoda but musician your friend say come Eugene Badabe imagine say o de yan fan say yan fan no
come Eugene Badabe twi na kan akasa be
o Badabe like how long has he been in this industry but right now we have people telling him that o akwa ni ho atwam
sir
yes
the ho from crofo ana
Ghana for sana
na say enipa no ho fono enipa ho ya ho fono
enye say enye da ya da mumpo enti me ka say bia radio presenter na obefa no na anya oye radio no obenya advert obenya na bia 500 200 300 500 at the end of the money na abebo ano when we say yedi bro nya area musicians yakobo show area he said they are in their drought season say na say yebedi Easter and I be Valentine's
Day so it's a seasonal work
no Valentine's Day ni kwanyo bia na be affecting akwabo am say no obenya adwuma ye Valentine because omo no to odonyo satawale mu no munya adwuma nye Valentine because enye after Valentine Easter majority of the time they manyame so from Easter to December be my baby show
you see that
na ohine be me aba
thank you for very much
una
ye be kono ye be fa be 5 pay it's what over last 4 years last 5 years
watcham
I'm sure I am foul I just say why and they bo wonum it is and they am bo wonum you might be big with your name but you bo wonum and na and I know bo wonum bia you are not getting it.
Yeah.
Aside that, maybe, and then aside that, they get huge sums of money. About Koboshe money 30,000, 40,000. But why we don't realize that? Obine a fan the time on you be not teaching manager bejene die or road manager or no so bejene die fuel or Koboshe or bejene die
stage manager
music video betcha. A be something crime for a music video. Say no music. Is a UTV so music video no quality yan just on UTV the music video must have a certain quality for it to be shown that quality no so no can you can 20,000 30,000 okay maybe no now can but anya musician no radio presenter no onko bo show onko hear you okọ abonti no oye MC na ma no 500 impo a obefia obedidi every month usika wo ho if we are talking about the monetary term then I don't know what works for you, but
so in popularity terms, radio presenter
in popularity terms, I think none of them is good because I stand outside here with your radio presenter CB. I'm my between. But between when you're friend say me person will be a oh me was him papa oh me person me no trap picture oh but me me your number. I thought you were gonna on dream with some person on boy jamai no, but. I mean, you didn't know when you same goes to musician. If you radio present a scrap of the more map level on yellow, the musician or call music video, Martin on better music video. Yeah.
Now, does that mean so permunina?
Because I attend on your coach back dear. Especially say what's the location.
And some person kicking.
Of course.
And you just say, man, I feel music museum. Who pass what you say? Yeah, now musicians.
I have a papa only a TV station will come and say. I am music video. So I'm music video no more now. Or check girls no
no I selection.
On never catch me say, hey, that girls on music. So don't call them. Because it's no would kwame ujade so these girls and then some of these girls today know that a music video no chance can answer.
But popular. TV so.
Oriana standing in the quadrum and also comes with an extra cost.
Okay.
And then aside the fact that they are musician, most of the time they are away. So I'm going to show Ghana. Maybe a road manager in Namho. Because
attention now, partner says you can't pay warrior.
You need both. You need a little bit of every. You need a little bit of everything. Attention for nephew and want to be who say papa we talk Range Rover manual to be a manual. So near any Jimmy instructor. Or maybe because add them.
Hey sir.
How can I be beer where we are seeing one more? Yantiana and Jimmy shot be a cocoon one of them because
you couldn't catch what you couldn't.
Yes, it came in the news all over the place.
And now would you do?
And coming in, almost say ladies now on Jimmy or Mono, almost in Jimmy Mono. Women that have rich husbands that ya neglect your mono. Or no, like or choice size now.
Yeah, attention, no, more satisfaction.
Because who was that?
Yeah.
It's who, yes, a diet team.
Where they movie, yeah, say, see, it's a movie to a
married woman, I rented Dynaman.
Or take advantage of them.
Never shoot one of them.
Okay.
I'm a Missy, as a radio presenter, be very popular in this country. Okay, mammy, for no, yes, we shoot two bueno. Us at a 9 a.m. Now, no, in a few. Oh, there's two one of you.
Yes, before you go, Fia Cranchua from Kumasi, and then Abramwe from Kaswa.
Broadcasting and Yakaswa. Oh, and I don't say if you from
Kumasi, and also so your car.
I talk Accra. I Kaswa, so you
Kaswa, Crampacho.
From Ausu free.
Kaswa is in the central region.
Baby, Santa. Okay, if you're from Santa. One case from Kumasi.
Kaswa, you crow. Kaswa, and your bro, no, I walk Accra. Guess it's right.
I don't even live in Kaswa, ma'am. I live outside the West Hills Mall. It's in through Kaswa Central Region.
But Pacho, Vanipra,
a young share opportunities for the Ghanaian women. Opportunities for Ghanaian women. Typically, say you the former year can say woman a celebrity tuma na or margina to me. Obeko a foom baby a walk of a normal crab abetono car in Ruho. Until say Abubu ye baby obepe a powerful no maswa and a dear baby a car eba. And son ye yen kakra Wellington cranny be on your biashe. Na car no besan fa and a beer at media ba a ye main road. Na yet me. Ama humachi na be donko at 12 midnight 1 a.m. 2 a.m. no jina main road honum load na trucks bi omko yi noma ewe interior parts of the country northern parts of the country e bia wo san batema na wa ba be fa make say obey kura no onika sika inti noma no load ni jina asesade go bia trailer no and say container mu na ne plans are say e be duru ahomache be say 4 a.m. na wanya obi ama na be gye no ma no quickly no watua ka escare de ama no na nipa kro no so akoton no ma no 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 apɛ ba bia da nipa kro no ton wia ono asan di scanner san ma no kada bi kura na ne nsa anka ne sika na awoso san edi so esan ekonachi sa routine we no a man a year over the years. Do we know even the number of gentlemen, ladies, and the woman bob breadru baby a sa routine way and a mammy for no a fair moi the actual woman. And ne maba wapi that who go through that routine. Do we have opportunities for the Ghanaian women in this setting?
Honestly, honestly, I don't think so. Let's take, it's not even, if we're not even limiting it to farming, let's take the Ghanaian woman as a whole. Abna Koko is one of the most intelligent girls. If you have a conversation with her, you know. Because I mean, to go to school to do biochemistry, integrated science. So to get somebody to
general science, no,
general science, So to get a girl who is filled with all this knowledge, or like like this girl is educated, and then do you know what her problem is? Young funny say, Abna Kokoni.
Nakuya Butukumase or say Abraham way will kill me, and I love it.
Oh, thank you. Well, funny so bit is Abna Kokoni and I like let's say they have an opportunity to meet a big man who can change their lives because it's all about networking. And you no makon. You bet na oh, this guy is smart. And then they'll just sexualize Abna.
When you say sexualize,
Abna
tell us more.
Abna will have all the qualities. Have all the
everything color.
Abna will have all the CV intact. But the man will tell you that, hey, we salary nothing the girl in the school now. You want to limit it to
then the housewife here, you man.
I need for the extremely rich people, extreme rich. You couldn't sit in the extreme. But you see, these are the reasons why.
Do we have equal opportunity for the Ghanaian women?
We don't. That is what I'm trying to say. We don't. And then apart from our educational what and all that, our cultural practices that it doesn't even help with the Ghanaian women. Majority of the time we know.
Just okoto a normal beton kwase adwa so whatever committee 1. So no enti kwa obefa so an nsabeka pair. Do be kwa pair abeko cabbage. Na ono no wahye obi wo ho na ye cabbage na be gu ka mu na wo so obi beje no tua ka sika no ansa na yakwa akoton into that chain no that cycle no does it really help the Ghanaian woman?
It doesn't. And then like I'm saying, like even our cultural practices are even parts. Most of these women have husbands. Bema or what Betty? Oh, Betty me akodo aye
and Anapia on Facebook Live was in Yamma Abramoye and Nordin. Abramoye from Bichim. My home.
Hey, what Bema Tintin Gram will bet me do my way because you people call us the weaker sex. But then at the end of the day, my own say Bema Jina Kwasi just away. And I went on at Tiana we do me.
Sir,
you people do it all the time. But
yes, routine no single mothers be brave after mudi ahwe wo mama be do that time.
But it is wrong. And it boils down from it comes from the grassroots. First and foremost, uko abroche obi o ka farmer bi o onye rich man no. But tractor dey be grade in the farm so like in mechanization wo ho. You don't have to be rich. And look at in Ghana. Today we're even discussing it about our port and everything. And then we understood that in some sense our roads are not enough. Because of my free porter. I'm not for better cars no kwai no we find the dibegu. But supposing that our duties in my to swa. And can these market women will be able to afford certain things? Because women are strong enough. Go bet me akwa fuom, aji near me, I drive it yaba, asan dia. That is what most farmers do.
Let's find out from Afia. Ghanaian women, do they have equal opportunity?
Equal opportunity in anyhow. Because Ghana no looking at our setting and our way of living no make I say equal opportunities no the Ghanaian woman no enya one if he baby a free ba and ye one and a two if we Ghana mpanyimfo a edi so the leadership a edi so enu na free and na make us
because you have here.
Then me say equal opportunities now work no. Me make say two reasons. And I'm Ghanaian as a woman yenya. One, if you baby a enipa ni free. And akande a ewo ho. And two, a sign free and paying for leadership a enwen o mine no so. Hwe ADAKABRI say me wamba ko bi a me de champion ema.
Yes.
Na titire a ema mete saa ekuo no obi a me hu no wo roadside na ne ba hye nachi na oton suo na akwala no se na nyina ye yellow ne that kind of thing. In fact me yam shame e ma reho enti e trade aspect enti which means senka aban no e wo policies bi e regulated that kind of edwedie ana say almost set some kind of atmosphere be and I say structure bi ewo ho ma even street sellers ana say ewi aye ma ma te so edigwa nka menyi ni say sade no ebeba eno ye one enti na make say leadership eka ho no se aban no toto ne no ma ye ya ema ne benua equal opportunity kakra and two looking at our setting as Ghanaian no who say your tradition no so eka ho ena na make baby oba no efri say yemfa say tradition bi wo ho a oba na nde no ho sanya ye say ode no ho eye bibi oba ni ye bibi kwa beka say wo ye oba tena nchen empanyimfo hia wontumi nka bi ananso say bibi sa na say wo ye oba eye say wo say esro ho no aya no mo tradition bi say ema ni omo so aha oba ndi omo so otibia eye kitchen any ade inti baby oba typically baby oba ni free eba no ema say equal opportunities no esote ena ye ba our political side no so leadership no so ka ho oba obeka se me ba ena ma mehwemo meye mu sei mesi we amamu meye mu sei but oba na ye different thing altogether.
Omo ka, do you believe them?
So no dey so oka ena yen so yaje atum ye pa ho say ye benya ahoto nti no na ye say ahoto no ye expect say wakan yi de wa hye ye nkran say wo ba wo de be ma ye de and you know say man so we from the majority in the population side no
yes about 51%.
Exactly inti ya to aba so kasa obo age wo so a enya obi abeti nkanka ye dwadifo mai so mo kasa ye bo age wo so a obi abeti wo bedi mo be ba abonten inti sa wo ba na se wa mehwe man no wa man ne tibie bi no mo antena ne ade ye nnuano mo mountain region. Looking at the situation there, no, a man no more jane eba southern sector. Even where omunda mumpo no, medie mate senya no kwan so a mo amutie me no mo fanche me omunda mumpo no. Our northern side typical folks no, foreplay kra no. Emem ehoni ku opportunity bi amem. Omunda mu no.
Ono bedaro person twetwe ansa
ansa na ono mem tie awani ku opportunity kwa mem enu nti na make say depend be enipa no every eba ma ekro bi okra even enamu asem kra no ba ku feel sen ba ku equal opportunity enya adwuma wo ontwetwe me onya me hwe enu ane say mamu na zo da ho misim lai no wabutu so say ho afo say ho mfo ye say be ye ne ya say enya ne ya enu ani se wurum na je se wu feeling na ade na gina so na no na wo dwen ho what you say enti ya ma de in fact ye bre na muntimani so enhwe ye enti se oba no oba situation ne sa na ade oba ye manifie di ye no oba strive oba tinani hu fifre nyina na ode aye what you say
no doubt to say this
opportunity there anyone
there's this lady Linda say is it on TikTok and then she's saying say typically you test a member ma
exactly
na bema no sabiaku oyire no wode ne beda anyumre na mu dware wie yam koda mpamu ano na wode nada
ena metie ye Linda ai o se wana esa wo da enya wada wie na so ni demu no na wanya ne se equal opportunity anya adwuma into Linda is right
na bema no de oda na se
obi esa obeda oba ye se wo sori kwhwe nkwala no e prepare porridge sifie e pra that time na wo twu mu wampa no so nwa nkon so daye what you say equal opportunity anya adwuma
so bema kura so ada na wunya ne se we de me ho ye menya nya so kakra
me kwa adwuma kasa china mekwa adwuma equal opportunity
anyone was equal opportunity
exactly we have to share it equally
equality
yes mama equality no enya adwuma kakra both in the political side and we nyina
if you crunch was see ano oba kokko wada roma ba ma kokko ne ba ma tuntum de na ape
papa sumanzo ka wo enya kala
be ma kokko de be ma tuntum de na ape ebisi me ma kokko fo no ya na sabi
amu ye de dwamanfo ananse o me ba me ma tuntum bi se dwamanfo ai
iti be ma kokko
me mo de no kure ni mu ni me pe be ma tuntum an ho ofe
be ma tuntum an ho ofe osonwa
oh yeah, our height.
Our height.
Bema tuntumo yetia no. when you mean patana no when you first na asem na aye style.
I don't know. What's it?
Also we owakakra. Also tuntum no ho fe. Exactly. Nti anu na be ma tuntum die. Unya o. Be ma fera die they dangerous. Very dangerous. They are scam. They are scam. Bema koko ejamai pa. Bema koko benum na no ade bia na no aye ko aso ye fresh. I say anu koko no it add up to their freshness so say they bad you. Obenum na no fa na no aye pink bi say no so it easily found among fair guys. Oh sir. Easily found among fair guys. Inti bema koko there.
Bema koko de onyina nchen.
Ehun kakra.
Na nso ya na tuntum sa so na nanim ehun kakra sa so ya na ehun.
Wo ya bema wo na wo ka wa ya me na me ka. Mama koko fo ne de o ma sam ka de. Eye Samuel. But who say mama tuntum fo ma wa reche.
Sound. Tell me more.
Oh, it's true. Mama tuntum fo ma wa reche. Akokofo because of their nature no I say man no for exactly
playboys
it is subai no so ankosipie anya say wenya suman kakra bi no wantumi ankontrol no ho ana na watete afaso na edensem bebre aba it mama akokofo de etuntum ni normally no unya ne oye calm so ne wawie
unya de oye calm ano
oye tuntum
so ba akokofo be ma tuntum
who say adekoko Adana me papa bi try me ade bi and me dwen ho is true ade kokko ya attractive whether no ho ofe or no ho nyefe say even a group of people e wo hopo na boni bisi na kokko bi wo ma they are the first people they will be identified unlike obia standing out unlike
dum so kura ba uhunu kokko
exactly unlike obia oye tuntum even in the media field the crown omo ya kokofo and celebrities na omo ya kokofo especially with a money member nyina no won say member no enche oye kokko nti oba na wa standing out the majid no money van vika no money na abeku aye kokko
abeku aye kokko
sa
Kizongo
ayo who said that kind abeku ya meme hunu kokko
abeku na daboni no aye kokko
ojijia na oye kokko
abeku ya kokko
hey
abeku ya kokko kami ya kokko Sari Kizongo
me hu za abeku ya kokko
abeku ya kokko
be tuntun fo no kra no
and the beard gang yes beard fo no so mo akoma
hey beard fo no me pe beard pa o ai me da aboje said the manager hu enwi ankasa de efe
ya wo de ye den
aboje said de say efe o enkaka omo bo sakora no no mo eja aboje na kakra it's nice
sakora upon beard and the goatee
no me penny ese ha kitwa no me penny afa ha no enchemu na ehyepu na eba na aha ase shake for there no aha no bia oh it's nice emma on say change your face oh emma be ma no kind of what's the sound when you kakra
because in recent time
taste to love like
about 6 months ago president of the Despite Group Nese Kwame Despite
who's the
managing director of Despite Group Father Dixon
who's
the beard gang
exactly but first no omunye what I say first no omunye but right now no omunye no I added some kind of can say beauty be and the branding be our omo lifestyle mu if beard the abojinti na nyame de ma mu no opa menyi and a beard no so sa wo a boost your confidence level me sometimes me honest a boost me man confidence level kakra
na what tremo no
na wo shape no na adwene kakra sensem a exactly
now what the clarity will be apple when mama when you are smooth so no na just wo ba I love it
it beard the satire it nyame nanim sense o the mam and so the beard no adwene nyina egu
right ugusu tienit 100.9 FM na ene Wednesday February 9 2022 na earlier on yene Abramwe here in Accra and the Fia Kwanchwa from Kumasi na nsɛm no nyinaa ɛna ɔmode ato hɔ nom no abrɛ we sɛ yɛnhwɛ na yɛnkɔ na yɛnkɔdi nkɔmmɔ kakra company na yɛfrɛ mo mazam saa company no mmerɛ dodoɔ sɛn na ɔmayɛ adwuma Ghana ha sei handle explosives na we have been told sɛ mazam ɔmo ntua $6 million na wɔmo antimi antua asotwe ho ne nyinaa ne yɛ apiati explosion a ɛkɔɔ so ama enipa bi efiri mu na report no ɛba ne sɛn ɛna ɛtimi aba apiati report no ɛte sɛn nti ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtimi etie abia wo de sɛ ɔyɛ Ashanti region ne central region dabia explosion yi kɔɔ so no wate din ne da na sɛdeɛ wo sɛre a moyɛ yɛ adɔyɛ ma nkurɔfoɔ yi ade na wo fa support bi so mfa nkɔ hɔ nom
papa yɛbɛkɔ ɛwɔ yɛ plans so paa sɛ yɛnuanom a atorɛnkyɛm ɛto wɔ mo no ɛwɔ yɛ plans mu sɛ yɛbɛkɔ hɔ but say na aban de nhyehyɛ bi ne enoma bi agu akwan mu a mo ye investigation na ɛhɔ ayɛ calm ansana nso ye betumi akwa na yakɔ nti ɛwɔ ye nhyehyɛ ye so na edin no honestly enye asɛm ye si ya nka mente damom no credit ye ba akopɛ sɛ enye Ghana babia na mete edin no ɔmo sɛ ye friend sɛ
apiati
say papa bi na net ho apiati
na fantasy no be TSA apiati
our western region
in the western region
okay you say krokitua bi ana ehoso
right ma menya interview bi on say asem no ba ye no nipa na kasa ya na company kura friend Maxam sa company no kura no the number of years omo yes adwuma we wo Ghana ha who busa ho say e ba ne sen
no but your company no wo hemfa area ho a
company no takwa
because who say at the quinta maybe sasa na say Ghana normally companies are omunya big money what kind of ekro bi so no aya na ekro na ya tantantan like they don't extend help ekro
sa mazam no o ka sa mazam nya ya adwuma it's in effect saying say ma nya mines wo Ghana bi mu
okay
because explosives na dey mines no but me aka say mazam no supply up to 90% of Ghanaian gold mining companies.
It's no mo dey exploding stones near ade no assassin no mu no
maximum jaya adwuma let us say in effect you are saying say yenya gold mining e Ghana
it's very delicate
your friend Dr. Solomon Owusu now Dr. Solomon Owusu is of the belief say explosion we yet me akoso am nipa 13 na ewu a report is generated and we are talking about the economic restitution. Say yentua $6 million, and nobody goes to prison for being irresponsible. Nobody gets prosecuted for being negligent. So you ask yourself, say where is see or any developed country near see whether there's somebody's been negligent, somebody's been irresponsible, into omitting to do your business or failure to do your business. Na negligently if it is to be proven na causal link no ho say we are one sure ni say ntina ma say yetimi asia can you just about escape prison sentence
no you can't you have to hold you responsible no
right here no. Dr. Solomon Osun kwankwa koma kakra doc ya mo hado ba ni TFM so
ya openyi
we nyina da o santini bat so akwatena bruche na doc ya mo haba evidence was ya wo pegiri doctor Rama right there's been a report but before we go about this report na Abey Maxam do we know the number of years a Maxam aye adwuma Ghana na
ofa no mo answer na and sound. Mamefa, Akonya is some child with a phone, Nipa from all over the world. Now, of our question with you, I think that I can Google it right away, but because interview, maybe they say, Oma war, Ghana for some time. Also, may all go for Stefano. Now, this guy, AEL, Africa Explosives Limited, and a survey with the explosives. It did not mean reading much about Maxam. But Maxam, yeah, means Oma of Ghana for a long time. But I can check the number of years and let you know.
Now, do we know the number of mining companies here in Ghana, Maxam, and conducted a ma woman nomadi explosion and
head count in the limiting because me take it man. But what I know is almost several is your frame. A year Anglo boat is your frame. Almost several there are no mines on a several and there are a lot of mining companies almost several but as to say number no, I can check quickly for you maybe after the show. Metaki, mama figures in
okay, into my young show, Maxam has been around here in Ghana over 20 years. Maxam, over 15 regular mining companies, they handle more than half of them. Into when you are dealing with Maxam, what could be the end result to the mining sector?
Me that say, now before I will interview, not be you. Now Mami be ekasa.
Oya urabo wonya mame onya nurabi we me yakra na dispatch ni na bro wo Colorado ho.
Ene kabaya se papa say ja Bible mu in Solomon oware emba 300 any problem.
Aye we because or say graduate studies no development in planning and planning development nti wa na bit me aboa na mame what?
No problem. My daughter always cooking for her.
Okay. You need to be a jealous and any pacron men cashing. Meet you.
Aha, now can be said. Omuna, yes,
I was asking.
Omuna, a supply explosive ma, the breaking rocks, no, you me the mining. Offer, as I'm now kind of there, fit me a dispute. Kaka. No papa nyana mental industry. Ya we dey make dispute to kaka. Ya ma me kasa ni. Enyo mo nko na explosive company in Ghana. Africa Explosives Limited, AEL. They are also very good competitors. What is the AEL? Enya such problems and as a minister bia for as to say omo ye mess e ma wa for apo woni omuda. AEL focus a big company in Ghana when it comes to mining in terms of production. A very big AEL the supply. When you say AEL best supply go for then I just say AEL influence supply companies are in Ghana. And the madam there now almost say ya mo ma anya juma yentu mining no e wrong. That's a step you to practice. Oma manya yentu management yenja omo kunkum ni pa say e japade.
The me question is say you have a company, in fact, or demonstrable track over a number of years, almost I can say stakeholder in that sector, and was signed so 15 regular mining companies. Over half of them on a service or more. Until when you have an accident involving that company, how do you propose to approach resolution of such issues?
The rules must be applied. And I think almost to feel say almost several more than half of the regular mining companies, and was say almost disregarded safety, health and safety regulations in Ghana. Now almost the pay. Because they can't do that in any of the Western world. Say United States here, Australia, Canada, and all these places like mining, So almost data, Mazam, Emma, Sebi, or could it Namran or Apokuminipa? No way. And no Ghana, yes, over your business, run away your business, post it and a four. Now, remember Kunkumie, and me say, it's up again, and Babokro, and not yet, and it's a Ghana for you for education. And that is where my son is.
Intima Yenche, the report as generated by the 3-member committee. Go to part of it na Yenche Sasim was saying. Also on Tuesday, February 1, 2022, the 3-member committee submitted its report. Upon a review of the 2 reports, the ministry has established regulatory breaches on the part of Maxam Ghana Limited, hereafter referred to as Maxam, in respect of the manufacture, storage, and transportation of explosives for mining and other civil works. These breaches, per LI 2177, attract fines ranging from 600,000 to 10,000 United States dollars. Nonetheless, having regard to the nature and totality of the circumstances leading to this tragic incident, I, as minister responsible for lands and natural resources, and therefore the overseer of activities in the sector, have imposed an administrative fine of the CD equivalent of $1 million at the time prevailing rate on Maxam. In addition, in addition to the fine, it has been agreed after extensive discussions with Maxam that the company will pay to the government the CD equivalent of $5 million also at the prevailing commercial rate. For the avoidance of doubt, the total amount payable by Maxam to the government stands at $6 million or ECD equivalent at the prevailing commercial rate. Maxam shall pay the fine of $1 million or ECD equivalent at the prevailing commercial rate before the restoration of its permits to manufacture, store, supply, and or transport explosives. You disagree with this report, Adintra?
Medasi ofa edi kan wawa sama ubedi say the ministry established regulatory breaches.
Yes.
So if they establish regulatory breaches, why not prosecution in addition to the fine? Because they breach the regulatory and Emma Ekofa at Rentama Ekumunipa after Japadie Abu Pro a nipa more than 13 war at the end of the day will be avoid and the mistakes were avoidable. The idea Ebuya or Majuma Yanka NC a general any pun and namely mistakes for a nipa war on the on now, not your own control, own receive punishment. Yeah, or just carry our way. Anna Yamrana. Some people need to be penalized. Some people need to be thrown to jail. And that is where I find it difficult to understand Abu Jinapo. What you established to say, Omuye, British. Yeah. You cannot cry, won't you, Omono? Fine. Offer, I say, Mammy Sambre, your own say, last our interview, the catcher will say, and your negligence, regulatory lapses, and institutional failure, and a problem we buy. This page document here, a year release, who summarizing in a big chat and send me and some kind we have great ye. Any kind negligence, and almost established regulatory effect breaches. It was. And only will be negligent and a conference we buy. Over the car, one more job, 600,000 old cities to your friend saying, 10,000 dollars. Come nipa yɛgye $10,000. A company that is making hundreds of millions and billions of dollars from Ghana, and you are going to charge him $10,000? Are we serious offer? Now, Meko Abutna Abasu. Maybe nipa oye boni America, oye papa America. Why are they? The employee increase to 6 million. Why are they? They move 6 million. Now, I have a little of our own Abutna Potras in the. Or say, your friend is saying, or say, the fine does not prejudice any criminal or civil liability. Yeah, offer okay,
a man can't hold on.
A woman,
A woman, the woman.
My review in detail. It's me as some make a offer. And look, let's say, apart from the fine, we'll be able to the company of course. Yes, it's almost a charge almost $6 billion. Someone just says, can take it. Someone has mango media. Please expect a class action lawsuit against Muslim company and our town company. Offer, when him say, so Kaya, that's our interview with say, company now has a possible problem now because a friend our town transport and logistics. Until some reports whereby what they say, almost preliminary reports about our town, they are trying to cover up our town because I got a new company. I got a new company, no possible problem. Why should we cover them up? Who is the owner of our town? Who are the board of directors of our town? Ghanaians want to know. Until say you be company needing not in the Pavia and no negligence in problem no catastrophic incident where estimate per wuro. They are fun for prisoner. Some young Nayafa. Now some of us young more soon to young more munda. And when be a first point the bomb the mama saying that say you're more young.
Okay, it ma you share baby and now we are reference to say payments or fines imposed on Maxam does not absolve them from any criminal prosecution. You know, we read from where on or before beginning from March 2022 to August 1. Okay, let me retake the 2 paragraphs. No, very well. I say Maxam shall pay the fine of $1 million United States dollars on or its CD equivalent at the prevailing commercial rate before the restoration of its permit to manufacture, store, supply, and or transport explosives. Given the demonstrable cash inflows of Maxam and their current circumstances, the remaining $5 million United States dollars shall be paid in 18 equal monthly installments, beginning from March 1, 2022 to August 1, 2023. And then Maxam shall therefore pay to government on March 1, 2022 and on every first day of each month until final payment, an amount of $227,777 United States dollars and 78 cents to 77 another 77.78 or its CD equivalent. The imposition of the fine and agreed sum to be paid is without prejudice to any criminal or civil liability Maxam may be subjected to.
Yes, exactly.
What does it tell you?
Apart from Sikano Krombi, he can be subject to criminal or civil lawsuit.
Tina say, would you define anyway? Now, I was actually the circumstances say, fine, no crano, won't you over 1 year, over 12 months. Nothing will say, oh, dear, we no, like I say, it doesn't absolve them from criminal suit and now liability.
Now we can say wo hwa age awie no asan a prosecute no because the same state no and the best commence prosecution if indeed they are liable under the Criminal Procedure Act here.
Yeah, offer number so for court ma judge and sentence will be sanka se obituary kada.
And say we den ka senka civil suit dia nanka wo class action ya wo kan yi na ye adwuma. Na nipa wadi kan afine na wie am a time frame within which I want for fine mra what take into consideration yeah the cash inflow so kra I want to say okay so one family boom a onyam famma those wo ya nkakra na one family over 12 months and what the baby have been was as able to notice to baby na focus was up no criminally ya webusa say as opposed to senka obi kura bet a class action ya kan you know civil suit ebetimi abem wo free say na what written fairly na
offer unim bibi amo abujina pokra no payment installment no ko ye kwa no menen ya adwina enyi people talk wa company no account me wu say almost $28 million.
Anti no work and was say almost cash inflow so no enya ade a wogine bumom betumi enya atua
cash inflow no bisa abujina pose eye Ghana nko na mazam eye adwuma na say mazam eye global eye international company mazam e free Ghana enye spend the free no unim how many jurisdictions na operate wo unim sita nya free ewiase nyina entu be ka tell me say sika what are you trying to tell me what check on my account Ghana plan unim on my account table and be ka tell me cash inflow and first say kwajo omo in installment for over a year. It doesn't make any sense. I put in a point to make us say that breath reveal grow the vine a mentor. He rushed to bring it out. Or some konya butre. What I say, mining company pay only I want $6 million. Stack at the man. Never find out. Check if I'm lying or for brand ever too many ones say no for more kind of what. Check ever the record, check the accounts and see the millions and billions of dollars they won. Now the catch and send you power communipa. People what bought a whole what collapsed a whole town. Now the catch and says $6 million and a plan won't share one. Only that I think say here be now in the deal. But then I do any yet not. Then you are ready most in your offer. As some way young pregnant person. If they are putting up as some of the buying of subject of practice, and then they are doing it. But they can't grant the interview of Bogo. Appear to Bogo. Testing boy, furniture system. We have best and the amount. My strong moment into a putting up Bogo, pointing the question. Someone say, as some of Jabano in 10 years, Northern Company, the only explosive company on the from Ghana. Offer the amount many are benefit. The Mobile 2017, a bra honorable and Buzeri for Echo one year or money again, and I was almost free. Now, money on my bonny on you.
It be a show. Dr. Solomon Osu. Dr. Osu.
You can't do that in any jurisdiction apart from Ghana.
Dr. Osu, this is a message. You know, Ghana ni back on our Germany or the buy. My reading the message in its entirety. Let me ask a question back on. I say, Uncle, it's only Ghana that high risk businesses are left uninsured. Can you confirm
exactly
if the entire consignment that was being transported was insured, or was the Muslim company insured? And sir, asama ye back 6-page release here every ministry it doesn't talk about either the company was insured or the consignment was insured, and that it appears in arriving at the 6 million cedis and its consequent payment. There's been a schedule based on the cash inflows of the company. There's a bini honti yaya the food yamamo, but if it has been insured, couldn't an international insurance company rather redeem such losses?
Offer me that in already 6 page when what the insurance do.
JB.
Yes, I would not for cancel because the LI 2177 and restricted company be on your insurance. That is the process of our own offer to me or say Obama apostle. Because me as well make be an end of press. As some way in America said there are regulated losses. And far for Abu Napaka said last room and looking at one institute new committee, the professor Eric Adaman, vice chancellor of human and down on make sure say almost review all the mining in UPL Ghana, Emma ensure health and safety and you Offer America me much about Germany because me call Germany that I'm call different countries that Australia, any other Canada, any other mining and sana ube operating at a high risk business not to get insurance. Mining companies require they inspect your insurance as part of the conditions of Ombemao as a contract. Other than Ghana, you now only our offer. Yama that report we president person medical to who cry and say so then I Mr. Benaya Abujina found say on the independent committee 3-member committee chairman on a principle as CEO of Mineral Commission and as I yes to protocol the better the more Madam Professor of the farm every Brunia Kukui on approval that airline and a whole lot of loopholes a woman. And yet, Benai and I approve with the former minister friend in 2012. Check the record if I can make a mebo of a blind video, so every book was at it many months. It will approve now a poor parliament, a poor embrano. Then the power are operating last and Taka 10 national. What are conference on your tema? Now, there will be a tema now. A dear report for Papa and on the Baba and so don't know.
To the extent
the whole president, the foundation in Nairobi, and on the Minerals Commission. It was the responsibility of the Inspectorate Division and the Minerals Commission say, and Kombese Naka, Prakna Airport, Bibia is safe, Bibia is Kama, I am for far to rent them back. Oma Yoma, what I offer some for almost investigation for report from Bra. What did I report to the at the press release? Now, Peter almost said,
yeah, no. Osha the second.
That report me Nuna, Minerals Committee, any Benai committee defined. Unpublished now will be unkind. My certain report not set. Binya offer can crow. You know, can crow. What that report to be?
I've been told of what is in it, but I haven't seen a copy of it.
I didn't see an open reluctant to publish that report. We want because it should be a public document. That same thing, that's a ministry. Yeah. Report should be a public document. I don't know. I'm on the website. My on the website. My Minerals Commission website. My safety. Why is he hiding those reports?
Mayanshe, a second paragraph of the release nearby, and why it appears we are not being told whether requirements comprises of even ensuring the transportation and ensuring the storage and ensuring the procession and ensuring the manufacture or the use of the, or say, the conveyance, storage, possession, manufacture, and use of explosives for mining, quarrying, and civil works, as well as substances used for the manufacture of explosives, are governed by law, particularly the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703 and the Minerals and Mining Explosives Regulation 2012 LI 2177. Amongst its requirements, companies involved in the manufacture, supply, and or transportation of explosives must be registered with the Minerals Commission and must acquire the necessary permits and licenses. They are also required to ensure that no person is involved in any dealings with explosives without the requisite business
licenses. It doesn't talk about insurance, but then
Yes.
risk to third party, risk to third party on a public thoroughfare, public roads. You know, motor vehicles are required under law to insure against third party losses at the minimum third party. Enti say yes, obi kura the card nam kwam no betimi akose third party obi ade enti no at the minimum level on your third party insurance adenti na as a acting appear not to require say obi nya insurance when transporting and manufacturing explosives.
Offer my review your benefit airline 2177 from page 1 to the last page. My review Minerals and Mining Act 703 at 2006 year at 703 my review. It doesn't restrict, that is the way, it doesn't restrict any company from doing insurance. And looking on also at the first taking advantage because all the insurance body, all the insurance can almost capital expenditure no ebe cost capital cost ebe cost. And nothing almost try to dodge insurance because yemra and restrict but in America over America restrict it will be these are some of the regulatory lapses that America wants.
It is the Siano. Who free say yenye den me yenye $6 million na.
That's it. This is an intelligent question. The kind of the budget, I know the young function. Now, I find now for who say a rebel them cry woman say. I would not put 36 million. But what the word compensation be crowd.
There be as a one cano. There's no sign of CF como be a BBR.
Very good. Now, this page is no me review 3 times. Me kind first one really. No, I'm reading in detail. It's reading line by line. And I'm starting to check if you say, I may want compensation for man. The word compensation, they need a document. Now, can you cry then a check on what appears for the crown on being a benefit? And look at make there should be a class asking lawsuit. Because I bump a whole town. One more bank, Peter for, Taylor for Pia, you must say, a moment, a contract, a contract. Find out. Maybe more people on the ground for more information. A contract. Now, what this $6 million, the crowd think I say, you move crap on, or say, you have more benefits, to save for benefits. You won't touch them. If you are for a press release. Now,
it's here, Keno. Now, government of Ghana, Krano, Bubusa say, a dear and washre, say, one na a determined $6 million. Na, what they quack ye day.
Yes. You watch any bet, a coin. A link from Bobo to was a propono, emotion to crew. I don't want to pray.
Was it to crew no call to the depth of 6 meters?
6 meters. Now, they say, offer, Mamma assemble and Sanabel. Who is the Altan company now? A committee, crime, Altan company. One more. I find it Mazam. And so our town company, the almost in due course. In due course, not our first time like Yam. The very no other punish our town company. The whole thing, and you just a setup to cover up our town company. They all say Mazam for about one thing. Abeka say, Omunian for therefore, the candy on bet you, what is that? Now, Mazam for crowd to be done. Radina. Now, how many people going now? Anyway, of course, the British were mentioned that, your friend saying, a press release, British of regulatory guidelines, they were stated, but without admitting that there were some failures in it. And Madam Fonso Enya Fukutu. Now, almost say, although they contracted our town, they have the oversight responsibility over our town company. So they are liable for prosecution, they are liable for civil class action and all that. Because who the contract will be. As an interior ministry and any contract to be expected or more explosive. Muna mu deal with explosive. At times the almost register with mineral commission keke. Some bed transport to more explosive. I am more responsibility there. Moshe na at times I or maybe you send a bayan for your name because explosive I am more there and your answer. Offer we a lawyer as one make it before all the catch them. Now at the end of the day, that's a mobile job a cafe. Money responsibility. Yeah. What I can talk about. Our times non per se. Almost 30 women. Now any juma. I put in a poor emphasis in Bramete until say our times, the owner of our times, the one minerals commission, inspector division, the other Koya one in the juma, also jail. Our times owner also jail. Your friend saying responsible person or mother for a coordinating between our town and the mother one in the juma. That person should also go to jail because any people who a Japadia say, young man for 4 months, they uncle no way for people to go to jail. Have a deterrent for the offer. And then I appear to you. Extra, who go on on Monday, explosive from Tema, Habo, everything. After a fellow chapa and can produce in order to boom Namuna, piece of Namuko. To prevent that, that's why some of us just feel what you want to fight it, and the right to be done. Now, I know can say over. But now on any number, or Kumo number, and another kata, any victim to be ever kata, and no kata, then to say interview for less than the amount I'm on the what would you say? Then come and say more. Opa, a catch from what I said to a penny may put you up some group of lawyers together. Now, you have filed, you have pursue class action lawsuit against Madam Company and also our town company. We need to charge them hundreds of millions and billions of dollars for causing such a catastrophic disaster. They can do whatever, but the Nippon will come on ever sorry.
Dr. Solomon Usu, Yabedu na Wukwe, and another issue bordering on handling of state institutions near there. A private company has secured a terminal at the Accra airport for private jets. Nti Magdan then ahead of say Magdan inaugurate no ba say Ghana airport issue warning say omunyai nti notwithstanding omukọ so ekoye program no thereafter Magdan be issue statement to say they want Ghana airport to help them into compliance, and for that matter no they are waiting on Ghana airport to give them a date so that Ombeka could take an inventory of what is happening. And then Nipadi be sorry Kasai, hey, how dare you touch Magdan? Nipadi be sorry Kasai, what's going on in this country? Then here see the air cane. Afe Magdan, yeah, train say or Ghana Airports Company Beka. There's supposed to be a letter directing the transport minister to issue out termination notices to Ghana Airport Company Managing Director. By that letter saying, say, by a letter received at the Transport Ministry with dates and then also vide OPS 111 Nina say Unuadi by that authority, no President C. Unuadi. Then Ghana Airport Company Managing Director says he's not aware, C. Unity. And there are reports about Transport Minister whose signature comes underneath the purported sack letter, also saying he doesn't know about
any such letter he's been asked. Handling issues of that nature. What do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for me, that's it. We are Ghana Airport Company Managing Director for now. When say unity, and that's yes, free Ukuriya Yama Transport Minister also say on your way will let it be a Ghana Opatrio.
Reports about say
Fine and the trust are letter. And yet then a salad airport Ministry of Transport letterhead. Also, almost shame. No more say. The nipper be answered that yes, how Minister Nelson Astro and your friend is saying, what's that? As a catcher and you're not true. Or moving him, kind of great. And then, Ufiki will be letterhead, a criminal, and I will be remono, not a party boy, and a target. It's the media may say, can you try a car, or maybe too much is a war, the second try a car. The fact that Madame may start, you know, for you, may manage the woman pet. Because yes, me for a whole airport, private individual, and after obey the cocaine air for what, you better than you. Obey the bonini, fraud be for what, you better than you. Me, I don't support say Madame. Though or yeah, Ghana need yet. I don't support that. There should be security measures for what. And yes, no one airport there will be some tests. No. The young really thoroughly into that because many but to see our boss, the bear won't research investigation. Nama Pembre, I mean, no other kicking for more Friday.
Yo, text message be about Drew. WhatsApp message, my man can come from out. Now, you know, quick comment. Now, FNCSA, now panelist, no so Mramet I say, I hope this $6 million US penalty by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources isn't for the cataclysmic annihilation visited on Apiachi and its people, but negligence on the part of the company responsible for the tragedy. For me, all corporates behind the total annihilation of Apiachi must be made to bear the full cost of rebuilding the place through class action. And that's where I plead with our country's human rights lawyers to step in with pro bono services for these devastated people to ensure those maimed for life and others whose livelihoods shorted are adequately sorted. Anything short of that will amount to injustice to the dead, maimed, and the psychologically traumatized people of Apiache. Mini abako de diabe na mbondi ne ye yank mabondi.
Oh, Bodine, Bodino, because you are trying to
or sensitive area into or medibechano. Into let's focus on the messenger or the abano.
And you offer all say, as some are watching it, and so maybe any,
Then just $6 million in there. Abano and Naikwaji name that we have not heard of a kwani a year before so beji bibiama a year ebusuafo except to go by the class action.
Yes, I think that no because I put me never about I made any family fire or kakana why papa kakana my kind of work. Say what man must say one man must say can't get water. And so class action ebe me them criminal prosecution bet me them civil prosecution bet me them and it was the Pandora boss nama obia say obetu do makoko and no na me say the Ghana ye nya obia mo and me anti apiatifo nim anti kita action ya no America ha and so mebo mo dey say me ne lawyer and then penifo be kata ema ya initiative class action no ema one more Oma fro mo nda pade wo nipa wuwo wo se ofa wo se omo bombi obia business ema omo nyina ya pe ba bia bata bi no mo system o enti adana se bi yampe compensation also one day wow ton banti paton wow ye pitani start with juma if I that is what they need because almost spread up there eh it's there asem sia come hill come koi omo akuma beto omo yem name o say from wore emo omo saba back to life because one way we go be tina bodam o be plan anuma dro kra wu wata asem e ti abutina po when institute the first finds near there against Mazama. On for plans and for Chronoso. Now on your Monco Cassa and for Macum and Tom William. Now, your fellow saying, as some day also catch Romo, and then it's a buying ye, a panic Mazam view, as the Cacatia and the Abo, or for Kenyans as someone from Nadio, go any day, the beautiful frate, you do more than ye. Now, Menam Aponia. Stress so bia kana kuma to yem asem na esino ya emu orem nenso ase empanyimfo besom kata no mebe so some of us yehu dada yem pene nem pene na sene of amaka tro no bina na ebe ba ko bu tire me se enye sene na emre ni mo tini be so mo be sisu da na yen na o meme ya santini 100% otumpo na nenso men na ho ema eyi madam Spain for embassy appear for Western region for men plan them now. In the point be a befa you remember to say one a compensate you almost am a responsible person up for deal no I still say you better want to man. That's almost one ya yet yes ever man
at the end Sibasha na and they within a matter of 30 days dollar and then 6.4 no. And then I'm 6.75. Hey!
Offer me patrol where the answer and mekono. Now dollar and 70 cents na yatina the police station. And I kino omo. I go Jeffrey IGP some aquama from former omo bi ado.
Na when na also watch dollar the go to your friends detention.
Hey, offer now na patrol one is asking me or Ghana offer.
Yes,
economic management team leader. I am Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bahoumi. Over $1 no yasitri as to police station my the key now from IGP. Over one year same way.
Nanti enu ache so wonti see as nkrofo bia ko bu sales ho akofa keys no.
Nabio menti yo.
Omako bu sales na ni akofa keys ama ko wi aki ama ya bie dollar yesi abontene hwe. Oja solo ya da wasi nyangru mo twedi amfo wo shira wasi ana dollar baby on nampa and how do we cope with prices? I just say bread
pano
na ono kwenesta proboni baby oton pano wa jirigano na 1 cedi and about 2 cedis they see about 2 cedis 50 pesos they na just wotono 8 cedis they see a drew 15 cedis they say a dear na prices no skyrocket
but for say na nkofo so ka sem bisa say Kwame Nkrumah forward ever backwards never no kind I say omo hwe the two sides o ana eno enye e say no so betimi ay effect o say ye sign ye chi nko I say ye decrease we increase ana eno
forward
ever backwards never
I said the rate at which ye e tumrika no
wa fa say one na usiki no bia kowia anya just police for don't pare be hwehwe na maye yes IGP new IGP hwehwe na maye na chi ni maye ne ngiki no
ono so plan no onso decide say on top buo no no wa reduce size no it just a pan no 1 cedi na dance say no amoa no
wa fa hwe mame kan say wo mu say oman no mu ayeden but sometimes blacks no sometimes we take some people's leniency to be their weakness. Ye ni pursue. Sometimes say the for now so far kweti kwan bi su miaye. Enka or adjust anke beye ye no onye. Ebian especially even taxi fares ye fare dropping. Obi difa, obi betumi agise, obi su betumi agise. And so be kona the same petrol. Obi okwa ne car no consuming less. And so no obaje more. Ne dey consuming more no kra no. Obaje less. the same applies to Kradokuno ne pan no asemi a wuken. Uko baby a pan no omo ba ne fine. The same flour, the same ingredient. And omo use. Obi so ebebo the same thing but obe miem. All because what is some comfort can say or my no more thing. All because I say yeah increasing normal. Into a son no should can the price. And
Shabema to me any no so show him in cancer.
No mask into me who and me.
Chama, you
know. So a job what you say.
Chama, you know mask na me hade.
I don't remember Ghana.
I don't
my brand in the
now who's
of a mammy and a castle of a bema tuntum. Nothing of a one and all your life.
That's what I said. My dad in also could you say, now open na mono, Nessibonum.
Unse, na mono be a honoma. Se boafin watching fresh. Indeed, they were sworn and no, who have been near.
Sassy Bonocran watching na mono noa, na cancaneba, Nessibono, or Frudia, no, Janamana.
Okay. And possible it could be there and I'm not a good offer.
Oh,
to Bejato.
Before you're doing your of an idea.
Mammy Cana, main fan crack a crabbing farm. I no pay a man tear some debt in 2013. And upon me morning show and a bar, some mammy free. No, and then one was to say, 2022. Now me offer say. Najimai.
Oh, you should grant the same and who cry.
I get a bear manner.
And come a puff and I catch the more fast. I join the kinds and say, ye bananas will be so unless we need capital or more one.
More Martina show to one canon to say, Uncle, someone who is money and famine and the but sir, Papa will fear. Na also, I know person me honye me. Once you attack and where honye me. Now a Freddy driver say, driver be famina, minko doctor. Na driver babe fano. Na uku doctor, driver doctor so. The person me detail na me observe further. Enti doctors me detail me observe further. Na driver de kofi ko fano. Toiletries kakra fabra. Na driver no every hospital kufia less than 5 minutes. Or some bas say within 10 minutes or by ya na doctor so o papa we dey buy no free mo. So no.
Like what family more lecture bia on one nanti akọ hospital. I said no home fa no I said no one to car call hospital. Or do ho no mo na almost on rest kakra no anoko.
It do happen.
Yeah.
Minya I said 2004. Doctor will share me okolibu. In fact, man, she has a doctor na ebi anke na yetwa me na yato atwene. Na doctor ni nya abotre na me hwe cases a no hwe even kolebu doctors ni nurses ni bi na recommend ma me say me force say me ma doctor lanyo me boni din a hwe me. Na nsem na me yesa me kwa hwe no. We could do on me so Dr. Lanyo free. Oh how? Na onim kwan fa so papa ne fa so we. Yes, so sorry anopa. And when you're in a house help say, Kofi, meko ye nua doctor be a ye, and pay bear 7, when you're bear 4:30. Enti, when I hold car no, na I only a yata deal we say, mammy. We are both 6 names, sorry, I've been an enemy. Yes, Munina Abequay Jammy. Of a boss 6 year colleague, when the boss, when you're in the boss in Casa. Hey, I'm a minion no rest, a crabby and no bray. I was 7, I can't couldn't in our own Casa. I feel no antiasi, and no far from no fair in the boss in the bush and for some time now, no pay when the Macasac match a bear 4:30, but my friend, Mentishi, and no brush could break in the diner.
Yeah, not stress, so high baby, me papa back on say DPP, Ura Tobo Mensa, on the day outdoor DPP company. MC Fiada Crani, a bay and a vigil. The papa no a lot of business interests. Now he's a very hard working man. So he works so hard. Now you can imagine say Ukuada na wako babes Uku unity. Now whilst waiting say bedroom so no. Na was sorry you know. Na wa twinem. What nasi? Oh, any bear 5 minutes. No, I sound sorry, no, I sound training. No, I sound nasi. Then third time, or sound training more nasi. We free one if you a quadrant and you no. I am a danopa, it's a free mo.
Imagine.
So now utum say stress ya dia.
And
what say you can
open ya oh steer the PV oven. And then driver or steer.
It's through the one.
Ade ba kwa me hunu say the silent killer you didn't diagram so pressure no.
Pressure no.
High
but stress in itself because stress no.
Of what is that?
Obi bent out.
Obi on naturally. Pressure could be in your mabusium.
Yeah.
But too much stress may develop a pressure.
So
Stress
how do
is
we
a
deal with
problem.
stress?
Stress is a
stress
problem.
make me a kuama yes oh on am one yes we
of any money be we move on stress e kumo social media stress in the kumo
Pressure. Social media pressure.
Okay. Many mama ti hey. Ebia ni
phone. Mama oni awura ti hey.
Da me mo ba bia mama. O person force wa na tesu so anya mama so. She one day be a mother. Our father meti abena voice ni.
Abena na be kasa na hwan.
Say so ye de be na say you or take Castland hard you know way.
Oh Castland. Ma making messages kakra e wa ha say. Lydia Binchum Tete on Facebook. And was uncle. They come back from work. Mama ask them working you and relax in sofa and tell you they are tired. As if wives are also not tired. They say women are weak. But don't allow them to rest. Why? Free women, oh why? Let's go on 1 week strike and see. And my because strike or my
equal opportunities.
Over one thing I was a man social so say. You're very good as a man to satisfy your woman. But don't kill yourself for woman. For what you say. Will be for behind a liar, man.
It's the same opposite.
What?
It's the same thing. It's opposite. It's the same thing.
Of a one who had that year. Who don't want as well.
Sana kuhu be manso.
Mama don't had
Wafa. She a man put the be man ni wa yetumi e fra tuntuma suma be ye a year. But be man dey within 2 or 3 months. Even that day na year no cry
the ladies of this generation.
Hey.
Almost sexual desire them through the way she was through. And I don't blame them.
Just a deal almost sexual desire.
It was through.
And it libido no.
It was through libido no. It was through. And two bonds. And got your father can to way. When you're about to corner room. One more project. And boy, okay. And whatever for so far, 1 question 2 goals. After what was so minimum to 2 but it didn't know Adrian. Oh, so the brother would do when is to be would you have had a natural family say?
Minia baako.
What time we brought them had your fans who go win.
What can you do fake you?
Another boy. Another comment my order and all wanted that. Ofa was in the quasi. I don't me here. Don't be on my own dear. Don't be here.
Don't obey you. I'm about where yes way.
And there's a challenge they say.
Minia baako so said na no so ko ya na ajikum di fanko.
I
papa. Na can supply next door. You say can ba no be supply na na. E just na ajikum na musa na hakakra. And me offer to Chairman Thomas susu nua kitwa no. Wase wafa. Odo itama na ka say over.
If some person discuss e hada no because once the message is here ben na ye ho na.
Ai. Munya hada no watia na.
Ofa bisan say ya no mo yeso munya de.
Edia pa no munya prim.
Wana kam hada. Na say wafa na hada yi enye no ana mo so mo nonom ensa aphrodisiac.
Asa ko mo bi won chen o me say hada nko ana meka.
Dabi aphrodisiac
hada faster.
Oh dabi.
Oba good na wo veti. Oba unu ayo bi twere ho.
Na wafa hada na mo so mo nom aphrodisiac no mo de ye dey.
Say de mo hwehwe no.
Anti say aya mo na mo pe. Mo na mo pe.
Me hu na mani o.
E man so ye hu amane.
Mo.
E ma ye hu amane rough e wo man we.
Abraba we are de me hu ni say enipa will never be satisfied with what they have.
Exactly.
Insatiable desire.
Yes. Because I sha we hu nice lady or nice man.
How do you determine the niceness in a lady?
Offer so shine from the yehudia. You talk about the beauty.
Beauty.
But for me,
how do you determine who is beautiful?
I just facial beauty in here can was a more.
Facial beauty.
Facial beauty.
Yeah, you twitch anymore.
There be offer nko homesero. I ran near yasem.
Ayo.
Go use a photocopy ne dey say oh baby ebi o bi wo fi. And you will hold your call a binyasem.
Cheese.
Omo ye kokko, but so bad than your brofo. And I do ye tuntum so nye tuntum chocolate.
Oh.
Na ba jo ye chocolate one do ye bidie mi no fa ADAKABRI.
Bidie. Say go.
Oh, babu so chocolate bi aba ne color to say you.
Chocolate bi aba that one.
Yes, ne color to say ntumu so mo chocolate.
Over
black chocolate.
Over me no me ni tuntum.
Ya dwene ho.
Yam pia ho asem.
Harder.
Ha faster. What's about faster, harder. Ube una team.
Na baby team na woda wado na kase baba.
Now to say is stop elder bi o ko woda hotel bi o ko fodia. Faster harder for na eja ne kwayo.
Na enchichiri wana na egu nche no kwa na ede. Afrafra.
Na offer you go be abrantie bi kam a nsuru wisa form wisa enuru ahodo e na scratch wo gide yi wo se hwe so de sa na masisi madam zu bewu ntia waji wani so
na o se ukwa wuni ho a oba no so no oye kunafo nti yama na nchiachia mema onchiachia obi a to se de ade ahye nsem sa
na yi na so no onchia
na o se afinu onye to onyi tuntum no
of family ne tuntum no de na ahye na akura emrante barriers these days no e no mo sa wakokodro
yes sir
obetwe young boy be 17-18 years no o se ma me penny 45 years person open no
na de bibitia
Come see age is just a number. Age is just a number.
Wadaroma.
And I'm not sure.
What you the atwedia ne defro.
Of a brand tie bi she dan me din koma smo ka chem se na agyamu na mo abam. Panimfo ma ya o mu ne kunu yi. Hwe me ya na wa connect me.
Wa ba mu yo. E mema na o ma ba.
The young guys today that is what they want.
Akwadro omo ten bi cry. Omo we ten bi cry. Fine boy do not pay.
Oh sir.
Fine boy in chia. So you fine no power. It's over fine no power in there. Say wo oba no so wo ya iti. And as one girl say to me chia into your pet. Mami abesi wa wo say na abna ka bibi say obi ni kru ko shooting mami ni ye pe that kind. It is our stuff na ekoso.
So oba panyin say na akwala bi say agine won net say.
That be so no so do say age no no so pe harder faster ni bi. It don't possible that for the first of America as some can cover interview and Canada Japan ye be twem
oso de
oso do open ponche baby I contra na kopede o coffee shop for the kopede but madam bisi was say anyame aboa me amatimi anyina nya 40 years and me ko 50 am say kopɛ oba me ko sabe me ko bodwama family rechi a am say kopɛ 30-32 for me say some boys in the can what say me unya cross 18 line na e me di ma me line mo ti nya me boa na etra na ti nya 23 na ma dispatch wa mo ADAKABRI mo. It's so funny near me cause we grow we say mo sometimes any man for share busa say these people do they believe say maybe we see be gonna we dey almost mo can say omo ni gidie or those things ni mo
yeah
and enipa akono say the Bible can honama kono take over the system
exactly
and say o hwe obi ofane ayi owura o say kwa me despite me wishing happy birthday bi na wa born bra
yeah
wa born bra o ofa wa born bra bedroom pempen so a ofa wo wonim what it takes to be there. It's not easy to know. So bet me even a beard more Ghana no succeed. Now how many times I try I fail.
Sikana shit.
Ubie na grofo kraba bo de adwuma ni muska ama. This the level wa drew. Wa born a bra bedru 16 years. Hwenuma wa biebie. Na wa kwato ka na be kwala bi so kwanu ma bi o mo bra. Abetena social media no odi natam. Wa kwato ka we na wontua workers kai. Because with this I say people are stupid.
Omuni baby anu odifre kokobusa kwada so
check media houses e wa Ghana na check despite media salary otua ne ngrofo never compare other media houses
du baby onu ma ya won so wo mo so Because once a fan,
aside that,
people don't know you.
Yeah, they speak out of ignorance.
Because kwada so akwa kubusa ta ma no nya mponchine mpreko no a.
Eno na woka.
Ka bebusa say so no so anya mponchine mpreko da.
Ofa mponchine mpreko no.
Ubenya nipa ma ma.
Oso abosu san panyu.
So no. Titi moto su ko sahwini ade ente.
Sante ma no obosan ma me otie ye ohima ho fefu yi. Ohunu kuro betwam.
Ane ho fe no.
Exactly. Ohunu
obetwam. Okobo ne won pem kwase ne panko obedi na tam de ne ma me wakura se nyina ye no.
Oh adai.
But the same people no. Enti opani bi tu me fu bi offer.
Tuition for ni nya bi.
Na me ka se. Na bo so ko pesle queen.
Ne slave no no nya cash no hwehwe.
Offer me kai se woni me nua kwabena manfo nkomodi. O se wo why like you see as slave queen fu eni bi. E gwa ro se ti akoto. Wani baba house na de oboso sa na tie si krum.
Obey your bill.
What na no be fa wa mo me so shirt no be ro de agiska ma no. Enti
e wa mo penepe.
Enye nti na me ka se nti esukọ no ma no adwene ho. En correction nkoya hwehwe ni mu
emu wa bomfia sa.
Enye bomfia na abu ho. But you see that you cut your coat
according to
the size of the material, not your size. If you are palm size, our material nso.
Ayo.
Ebi a wo pemu anka apede musu enframa duom. Ba wo palm material nso, there is a pipe body tube.
Exactly.
And they say na yenya den.
Of obi ani ni lemu.
Na udu lemu oda Roma. Ayi Bible no mo kra no. Was it Abraham?
Is it Zimbabwe, one of the African countries no a mabo sisi ya pass polygamy law. Enti ma mo no mani aje o.
An so mbenya kunu mu aware.
Anya me ma no ma ni mo mani aje.
Yes, manso ebe ware be ma ba. Na ubetimi ahwe wo mo.
Asa de ka kone de a time will come.
Said the
Bible can no. A man soon now will be ma nso odi ato ho se wo yire no mo no. What they will do is that almost be kwa ko pesika ni biaba. Na kwa o mefa so akobe aba no. Wa poto yiwa na ne ngrofo be didi. E no almost di biaba fia be support. Gradually offer. E dana me ka se mi wa fidi is say me ne secondary school fo bi di nkomo. Na me kan say e betimi a same sex schools no yengu no. Nye no mixed no. Unim de ntia na me ka sa. Me my research be on same sex schools no. Offer me can break course with those schools ni bi mu kira be ba wonum.
Sir.
It will be most schools ni din na bi obi person de ne ba ko hono ma. Ba metimi aka Volta region, Central region same sex schools.
And I just say Roman full school no ana.
Of a minimum school need say Roman was a Methodist for them. But I'm talking about
Roman
same sex
because a man who had me this
Ashanti region kwanso ka humpo.
And American almost 70 years.
Some me call same sex school.
Sir,
and girls.
And the Samira Bawumia.
Any of my Asama American or no crabbe my more information about same sex schools.
That's the same.
Open baby lesbianism started at same sex schools.
Oh, Jaisa.
Started.
That's where it gets started.
And it's sort of Gomorrah, not same sex school.
No. That the American may not can Ghana sort of Gomorrah.
Yes, a Bible church said now a member.
What I'm saying is that Samika say baby a started and just baby a started yet.
Okay.
But in the life of a human being, baby a shassia when a boom a secondary school level. No.
Okay.
Baby now back secondary school, no me a virgin.
Okay.
Baby now back do secondary school, no me a virgin.
Okay.
Or every secondary school be no a virgin. Meaning the America, we've interviewed many young girls call same sex school. A business school sini be one my even teacher in the classroom or watch at the end. No moving finger classroom.
Our classroom.
Yeah.
Hey.
I have people who are even read, but you see, they are young.
Okay.
And my mama implication and what about you person mobile cancer answer no. They are young. Do not worry.
But on say I na say low self-esteem eka ho.
Yes,
sometimes.
Your friends say your current situation in women's is here. Your man who say sexual drive in here very high.
Okay.
Obi say almost me pay free school mu ko hunt for men. Omo enya bia, omo ekọ ye no ba no ma che omo ho afa. Die ni o.
E man na che omo ho afa.
Na school bi wo man mu same school say yi I want for a principal and answer dem. Oba headmistress.
And principal.
She herself is also a lesbian. So imagine say students na ya chere wo made ne de na ya chere mo.
Yeah, some more.
Me se ba ko si school ana wo ko. Teacher ba ko beto mu anu ye bema. Na as papa no menyi ni so better asase so ache. Also mo said that gangia for repuno.
Hey.
Yes.
I say I feel no wa.
Nti say ya na mo so ya repu mo say ya na mo boa. Me say that dem bisa mo.
That bisa why. But na say be man ho den say oba no. Wa yire na.
Eye so aka say be man sorry a. Be man ho oba keke na no here for to be sorry. And this say oba I just say be mete say me ba mete say de mo ka. I just say nunu mu am be say nunu mu ansa na mo ho aba am no. Be man system mo nti say awo. Okay. Be man ohu na eye na ni akono a. Ne ho to me sorry.
Just like viewing.
I don't think you say you can't bear man, you bear money to use carbon butumu. Okay. Bear money, bear man who about you half naked that the flap that's the whole flat.
Oh, okay.
That's only to me saying also. Enti, are you serious? Vampire you born say es me because of this interviews I may say offer research kakrebi and on same sex schools near the other no. Empire you born say onyame betimi abam. Na sabra born in a cost of a best occultism. Those things need to start to a year friend say secondary school level. Honor do not start those things. In the empire born say, Yabema and nay Christian values, nay Muslim values, no. Aya dear, Bekon and nim ye. Never change a mebrune free certain things. Because let me tell you, I was shocked. That guy needs me approaching me. I walk say, "Ah, me unso ni me ofanyase ma me bobo penifo bi obobo mu din. Me unso ni no gina ha, me unso ni penny we din komo ni penny we pictures ni ade. I want to me connect wa mo ma me na me nwe wo mo." I'm say, "Ah, are you serious?" I been so business as say so mo ye no no. Oh. Ube hu young guy no da car kese mo ba penny bi na atama no. Ube hu young girl that Lexus. I say 570 mu. Of a Lexus 570 at VIP. Etimi to mienu. Sir. Lexus 570.
And I said Q80.
Q80. Ube young girl of how them car opa them. JLK. Mercedes.
I know there be CLK rather.
CLK.
And I don't know them be
and yes, you chi.
Let's see a toy.
Oh, capital, yes, say. Oh, and come in minutes how bad. Oh,
no, so shy.
Says he cannot.
Maybe at man.
Of family, I say. But at the moment, I want us a baby out to rent to him. Ah. Oh, quite you see, okay, say, JLK.
How many do at me?
And oh, there is something. I'm talking about general.
He's talking about general thing, and it's happening.
On top of the range, a Toyota Camry.
Ah. Wa family ani dada mesrew.
Ofoti.
Me dia ne mutete dada mesrew.
Papa say. Na dem metu
top of the range Camry.
Old one.
Dem metu mabunu young girls into aban so for say.
Mesrew.
Mo suit bebre na ya mo susum fall na suit ni bi won ma empty suit.
Za.
We nyina je say we hunu say ni nuane di suit aba.
Obi she suit. Abi ti na me twa mani no. Na me ko hese.
Visit it 100.9 FM now and Wednesday, February 9, 2022. And time just about gone 3:15. In the studios, Kingsley Haruna Amaliba of the NDC and Nana Kwajo Eje Yabua Nana Kai of the MPP. Na something for Yamamu Matanasi. Yamamu Brisway there. Amaliba.
Over.
Nanake.
Over.
Rising prices. Rising food prices. Rising logistics prices. Rising petroleum products prices. Now, do we have a solution in sight? Malba mintiwe.
Over minchi na minchia okru a wono mo yedwuma wie minchia haje crew de de na de oba oba be hu oba akoko nti asa teach ya crew edi edwuma min sanso nchia wo ban bone yuna nchia mini apiri na nake na over asɛm a wobusa me no ye deɛ sɛ ɔmampanin kwakuado ɛna bɛdi akyire Alhaji Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia ɔmbɛtumi ade nkyerɛmu ɔmo no ɔmbɛtumi ade nkyerɛmu aba anyɛ bia ɔmo kasa mafoɔ na ke wa ha deɛ sabio nsa demu a yɛni nyaw ɔno a wɔyɛ ɔbɔfotene a yɛatu na free bankasiem dina betna kunya kasie so w'anim awo so mampini
onya sembia nka because do man na ngasa no ni solution for Ghana
but eba ne sani aba bedru ha over wey the Constitution of Ghana 1992 Mamen Faunko chapter 6 Directive Principles of State Policy Mamen Faunko page 36 Article 36 plus 1 Natie the statutory responsibility relative to the economic management of the country imposed on the central government, in this case led by His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the native of Chebi from the Eastern region and the citizen of Ghana, in relation to the promises, which I will come to you on that at the moment, prior to 2016 elections and 2020 elections. And here what the Constitution says. The state shall take all necessary actions to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to ensure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every person in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment and public assistance to the needy. In relation to this, hear what President Akufo-Addo said when then His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama was in office as a president of Ghana. Where exactly 10:05 a.m., few hours after Mampini Akufo-Addo, then candidate Akufo-Addo Oteki in the breakfast. Now Wajina Home on the office. Tia Samo Okaye. On 13 November 2012, few months or weeks to 2012 elections, President Mahama is dangerous for the future of the youth and the future #Ghana. He cannot be trusted to protect the public purse. And in Mampini Akufo-Addo can 2012 say, President Mahama is a dangerous president because he cannot be trusted to manage the public purse. Make us say, President Mahama, before he left office in January 7th, 2017, Tiadia President Mahama airport, President Mahama C3. Mampini Akufo-Addo atina bem 5 years or 6 years. The airport is 0 on CB. Chip compounds. President Mahama SC 1,600 chip compounds. By January 7, 2017, I will hand it over. Emma President Akufo-Addo. Now 1,200 chip compounds were in the various stages of completion. I don't know what has happened to them after they came to office. 5 years near Mampini Akufo-Addo were managing only 238 chip compounds against 1,600 within 4 years under President Mahama. President Akufo-Addo in 5 years so far, no, I feel what you see 238. If you have presidential staffers, President Mahama had only 637 presidential staffers at the Flat Staff House. Mampini Akufo-Addo, Ekuta 1,738. That's President Akufo-Addo for you. Now, in the midst of all this, you can look at where Omani Sika and Eko. Don't forget, the Mampini Akufo-Addo has been the richest president ever. The government of Nana Akufo-Addo is the most resourced government under the Fourth Republic. Let me give you a few instances. President Mahama ended Dumso by creating excess 1,937 megawatts. So the national consumption peak, no, we exceeded it. And what you see 3 FPSOs, build 2 oil wells at the Kahoma Omo. You see 1 billion at trouble gas plant at the Jaomo. A Jaomo stabilization fund. A Jaomo sinking fund. A Jaomo Exim Bank. A Jaomo Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. All these are investment then the government did hand it over. And until before NDC ever free a 2016 election, even before 2016 elections, the international rating agencies, INE, were more rating Ghana then. Nana Akufo-Addo as a candidate at the time, as the vice presidential candidate, Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia at the time, they will go on to various platforms and run President Mahama now using the ratings and not Moody's and the Fresh and Pulse at the bar. Ombetna bem, Kojo Opon Kruma, a banker Samafo, I can several times in relation to ratings are these or some organizations and the buy. And the President Akufo-Addo said, apart from one, African leaders must be careful about the performance of this rating agency to the economies. So here we are, double standard, deceptive leadership, and lack of honesty. In any case, a binosika waya yinano, omudi skada eden. Consumption. Besides that, the economy have been badly mismanaged. Internet, mobile city to dollar, 430. That was the ratio. And then the city and the dollar, we can't even tell who is breaking the 8. As for pound, we are breaking 8 in the credit 9. Day in and day out, fuel prices, bokwa and cost so over. And can have your bank to a how? You near body ever ha. Thousand entry gary a one kind. Ya ye took crodium hano. Ye bedi benku said you're not care DB or better hair bones so gusuya. Ye the free a dancing grom some class in the deba. Ye the gary, and the free assesswa in the deba. Meaning say chebi omudo by or hodia. Omo the free neighbor. Enti kana okwa kofa fi wodi aba eni makole woman na okofa aba no ohwe the price okwa koto free village wo kana kofa eboa driver be charge no na wodi ba wasusu ni na no de nfa so asem no push come the final consumer. And that is the reason goods and services are constantly going up in this country, because fuel prices are on the skyrocketing. The certain is relative to abandoned promises of the strong economic management and build resilient fundamentals, Alhaji Bawumia, then vice presidential candidate, on Joy News. Nana Akufo-Addo, we are coming to build globally competitive economy using tax incentives and the UEFA. Go to Tema Port. Import duties cool importers. In relation to that, the city no bar never form. So you failed to manage the economy properly to the extent that our exchange rate can remain consistent to give the city a resilient exchange rate. If you've not been able to do that, and because you have failed to manage the economy, you are always looking at easiest way to raise money that you are using to rent private jet and bath in the skies. Oh, you ever catch a Ghana for say go to hell? Maybe man and so over, and never boy a cost because a man can say ye. Now, Bano so I prepared to say, obey 2 and more bit my boy man jina. Day in and day out, no fuel prices bought one cost because sitting a whole day echo from. Some important your man so at the bar, tax and also and in qua echo. And the fear also look, the Maria who some can say, Ghana 2 oil ever ha. Ghana have now become oil producing country. You are Tema oil refinery ever ho. And we are expecting the government to operationalize Tema oil refinery and make it a resilient. So the buyer bit very funny fuel no kuma. What has government done about it? Tema oil refinery agu. Unlike President Mahama time that Tema oil refinery was on its peak, operating. Okay, catch him say, "Hey, Juma, Mr. Wanda who could ball together with boss."
And it was
what did you people do after obeying the media? Of course, after obeying or to say after obeying media, they never know ye. Or say fuel edi jano as a box storage or buy or so be a jumso gumta contaminated. Among Toma companies are registered to engage in mainstream petroleum business. And you did all these things through corruption, misappropriation, mismanagement, and financial malfeasance. So far, number one, the economy is badly managed. No IO system, no binding your dreams to Obesiano
through leakages in our system, according to Auditor General. Woman can so many pam dom level the better than hono. What just say what cover and cover. Now the can say Abusha Fui for over 12 billion abansika a year in 2021. We are even 2020.
Correct. No.
2020.
It's not even 2020. It's people should learn.
2020.
That is report from 2016.
My friend.
People should learn and stop this kind of lies.
And your lies be
Okay.
and your lies be offer.
What did you just say?
This Auditor General report. According to 2020, over 12 billion government revenue is missing.
Missing.
Of course. They can't account for it.
I don't see report wrong kind you. Obi na kind no can be. But what can you see the word missing? How you see the word missing?
Na bansika ira ni hu afa.
He can't right.
Na awa who have been set charged?
Pretend
Who have been set charged?
Understand this simple language misappropriation.
Yes, sir. Fine. Misappropriation. Who misappropriated it? And who have been charged for misappropriating public funds?
Hello.
And then a very acceptable say. Under President Akufo-Addo, you can misappropriate public funds and get away with it.
I had 2016 reports. Go and read it.
You see, I need to
go and read it.
That is the reason you voted for.
The 12 billion you are talking about. About 7 billion was spent under your regime.
That is the reason you voted for. That is the reason you voted for. And you told the people of Ghana that you were coming to protect the public purse. Have you genuinely protected the public purse? Me really post me, baby. Obi say Mahama was making the cow, but the Akufo-Addo by the whatever. Now you kunare. Cow don't pull you what they are making you. So what is the issue? And then I dear sign there. And you ma bobets be kosro. Why not? You see, Ken Kanaki a tono. In fact, 50 pesos under 2016. President Akufo-Addo complained, say, Kenke boy the do. And according to him, Kenke was 1 cedi. He had a problem with that. What? And they Kenke 3 cedis. Baby call 5 cedis, Kenke Baku. Why? Because
no crazy the money na bonsa.
When one bonsa ho.
Even the ton Kenke Baku.
Ope Kenke 20 pesos in Kaho be ato. Na sa 20 pesos Kenke no. Ope na for 100 cedis say your way.
Yeah, mamon kanu kre kakra.
One kanu kre.
Na ba wa fe Kenke Baku nye 2 cedi.
E dey wonchi.
Yeah, uchi kwa hin.
You see, let me even take you by your own words.
Okay,
Kenke 2 cedis.
Mami, some few minutes.
2016.
Now, you talk about 12.8 billion cedis that are missing or stolen. And this is what
also misappropriated.
No, you use
they
are missing. And Gabi Sari Ochridako has put up some facts.
Yeah, but also
let's see whether that facts no. I also the NDC have gone overdrive and busily spreading the propaganda that 12.8 billion Ghana cedis has been stolen, according to the 2020 Auditor General's report. This deliberate lie is being spread like wildfire across the country, and with the devastating effect as very little efforts are being employed to counter it. Subtle attack on MPP commentators say you are not able to counter it. But he's asking what are really the facts, and this is what he puts down as the breakdown. This is the breakdown of the alleged 12.8 billion cedi irregularities in the 2020. So he puts it as irregularities in the Auditor General's report. And then he goes, a careful read shows that it is misleading and mischievous to say 12.8 billion is lost to corruption. The first line item, which constitutes over 10 billion of the 12.8 billion, is outstanding debtors and loan recoverable. Outstanding debtors and loan recoverable. With what creativity can one stretch outstanding debtors to equate corruption? Yes, a whole 10 billion of the 12.856 is about credit and debt. When you read the report, the Auditor General clearly stated that the over 10 billion constitute cash and materials public institutions granted each other. Yes. For example, Energy Ministry can take materials on loan from ECG to undertake rural electrification and replace it later. Public institutions taking materials and loans from each other is not money lost and does not and cannot constitute corruption. They are only cited as an irregularity because the days to refund have expired and the refunds have not been done at the time of audit. Surely, This cannot be corruption. This cannot be public funds missing or stolen. If you read the report further, a big chunk of the remaining amount is also SNIT contributions of public sector workers that the controller owes SNIT. Since when did such a thing move from arrears to corruption? Comptroller owing SNIT is not money anyone has embezzled. We beg you. It is cited as irregularity because the date controller was to pay the monies to SNIT has expired. Simple. However, there is 60 million cedis ECG is reported to have spent to buy defective meters and conductors. That can be described as money lost. 60 million cedis. Also, Cocoa Board has chemicals and fertilizers worth 23.9 million cedis that is reported to have expired. Yes, that can also be described as money lost. This means, in all, the Auditor General's report for 2020 noted that 83.9 million cedis has been lost because of defective meters and conductors procured and chemicals and fertilizers procured that has expired before use. Yes, we should ask questions on this, but don't say it is 1.856 billion that is stolen or missing. Amaliba, who are coming to me? Gabi Asemi.
Who is Gabi?
Gabriel Nanaya Ochredako, senior partner of Legal Associates, African Legal Associates. He's a lawyer, he's a Ghanaian. He's a Ghanaian. Unti Gabi Dinda. Church and Gabi, why Gabi?
I am hearing the name for the first time. In any case, on an explanation, that's his opinion. Not Jen watching. I also have my opinion here.
It means you haven't read the report.
I haven't read the report.
Why read the report now? Don't say that's
I have the floor. Let me continue. I am not
how many minutes now, Ademano?
He's saying, say, 12 billion is to do with interagency irregularities where they have borrowed and have not paid as at time.
Whatever be the case, I am not here to take on the Okawa.
You have said something that he has some information that is worth pursuing.
That is his position. Let him stand to that.
No, what he wrote, sir, if it's not worth following, and can
I agree with you.
He makes a lot of sense.
I am not
grudging you. Anything contrary to the
I am not grudging you. I am not grudging you.
And then he subtly even attacks the MPP communicators because they cannot come out
because he feels that they are sinking down his uncle's government, and he thinks that it is a moral.
These are the facts.
In any case, is it the same Gabi Ochidakuna?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking. Mati say, Abra Japa deal by and no be defended on radio. Is that him? MPDS? And there was a voice allegedly that it was his voice negotiating the PDS shareholding structure.
Let's ring fence. True? Let's ring fence what is before us. When you raised about 12 point something billion cedis, that is missing.
It's not just what you said. He lied.
He is not the government.
If I could finish.
A moment. Respectfully. I beg you, a moment. Listen to me.
I'll grant you, but then, say, if Memetiha, I could raise Bibiaba, who raise Bayano, I am seized with the Onoso Gabi Aka, and I'm likely to believe what he says on the basis of how he puts it. I want to find out, do you have contrary set of facts different from the Onokai? So I know the free say 88 million cedis and Ayira, and now say money lost, but not 12.8 billion. What do you make of that?
Wafa, once I am on this program, I am entitled to be under your protection.
Yes.
And I expect you to protect me.
Yes.
Against the unjustifiable attack and name calling by my senior brother. That I am a liar. I can't be called a liar on this platform.
He said you lied. Doesn't make you a liar.
Of course, that's what he means.
He said you lied on that.
But even for him to say I lied alone, it's an attack on me.
That's all.
For him to say I am lying, it's an attack on me. I can't be allowed to be called a liar.
First, I want to apologize to him. But come back to the issue.
Very well.
What you have said, but does not run contrary to the runs contrary to the Gabi Akano. And I'm person who said, "You also Gabi Nakano. Do you have anything contrary to that, Anna?"
Even he has admitted there's a financial loss.
Yes, up to 88.
88. Fine. Offer. Do you know what 88 billion can do to the country? A million
No,
can
88
do.
million.
88 million. Wouldn't the 88 million bet me
Okay, so now we accept to say, and 12 points something.
I am not even no. I am even taking that figure on no court no because I have a reservation about what he's saying.
He's made reference to auditor.
That's half of 8 billion now. The general can't want them.
Yeah.
So already report.
Can I continue?
Why explaining?
Can I continue?
Report?
You have
been speaking for the past 18 minutes.
No. You've done 15, not 18.
Of what do 18? 20 was started to 20.
Gabi even says a more MPP communicators. That's one imagine see and no maybe so and moja jumana ma ono ana or sabe.
Offer I'll not make any comment on that. Mama reserve me comment on that.
Yeah, now available information, you're readily available.
Ask information over Gabi as search that sabiti me. Why must I say me sabekana? And no, na me can see me say NPP. We are our own enemies. See, we are more Juma. Oko officer, no pay for me. My own report on what you have done. Give it to your communicators to talk about it. And no, it's a communicator neighbor office. Go out to office. We say we meeting. Of Obian about office will be Pisca. Now the Ahmed say some of them were even begging for money before appointment. And who watch on the no be mobi. That means a communicator about no be Pisca. And so what? And so what? On the time I'm radio, see them TV, so Kasana, and your fool, and what the Beko. Only can on to a transportation. Tabe, say a be a war, some about one communicator, and I saw Yahoo match, and what radios we defend the owner of our bound China man is Kawaii day. Missy Kasam the crime a problem, and there is between all morning crop for a bomb or Bejiska. But for my Missa say. Information by now, what the man anti communicator and go defending. When it comes to this Auditor General report, a public friend is a document. Anti communicator be able access to it to read. Everything that may challenge me is the figures now all go to know already report and one can do a Ghana for can report no. Oh my Anti the work can only abutre. I a fine gentleman. Yes, and your person a little bit rough, but who's you over? No crano, and have one thing.
Yeah, no, you should 7 words. Now, that's why a little bit rough, as you're saying.
Of a saying to sort.
Why aggressive?
A little bit rough. Who's that? Who's that? Fact, me can't water it rough. No, me can't name of what the ABO can aggressive, me aggression. Aquala your rough, those who are aggressive. You're too hyper. And then name of bro. Offer 80. So, article here, Ura Gabia Sartre, that could I think I read it yesterday or last 3 days. I'm saying, wow, this is the exact information Auditor General report provided. But Encrofa said that fact, just the amount now you quote here. But for misappropriation, Grandpa, why not just say misappropriation air chrono? Of us, your mammy, my raising budget. Some may quack or talk in Sway Kutami. Offer Ghana ya budget for 2020 no ya the COVID-19 expenditure account. Offer misu asem COVID-19 expenditure na ka 2020 budget no. But COVID-19 buy no ya mpesika funds of COVID-19 in 2020. Enti ebi esika ye boss say we dey nke dey kwa offer wa ukrom your friend say adwoso besia se kwan no. Ya nya challenge enti ye ntimi fa nko ho. Ye fa nko solve nko gini pankwa. Auditor General better say misappropriation because he can't use by the money yanya. Meboa. But he can't just obi di you acquire juma foforo. Hello sir. E wo mu wa hai. Controller de Senetica of akwa GRA. Obeko no ECG ebi omoniema ba bedru. Omoniema bedru o customs no. Na ye hia niema ne dia solve problem bi. Tie ma ECG fo yi ni nyina akwa obuntua ye. But I reflect your custom for figure mu say imagine this amount of money but they can't entry aye. And this won't consider this
and only recoverable now.
Recoverable. All those monies in here recoverable in the same state, you know, and it's kind of wonderful. So we use this now the better radio now and the man boka no 12.8 billion. What are you talking about?
He's talking about what he's saying.
But that is why I told him he's lying. Pure propaganda.
No, inaccurate. But like I said,
fire pure propaganda. You said that your matter them you quote you. Go and lie to the people.
What about one TSS way?
What you say?
Debbie.
Hey, you be on TSS and make a so nyabutre na me educated. But when you about to the man about TSS.
Nana, even the wo share Gabi and same ya sure yeah. Now we share table no a that's one no a. Yeah, the crown one who said the Gabi can no. And
offer.
Look at the table. Table 1 no. Or say outstanding debtors loans recoverable. You're saying 10.6 at 10.0 a year billion. Number 2 near cash irregularities 1.8.
Are you reading from the breakdown?
Breakdown, a summary of financial irregularities for the period ended December 31, 2020. And now all say outstanding debtors loans recoverable no 10 billion. Cash irregularities 1.8 billion. Payroll irregularities 9.5 million. Procurement irregularities 846
of the entire
million.
Me more no see ho. The entire table na da so no. So easy for who offer ADAKABRI. So obeti me cross check. This is he's quoting from Auditor General's report.
But the report the Gabi kan no a simplified version of what this table says. And I'm also say I will say obitimity as and I'm asking say that we share a normal what table is to say no. A 12.856 billion. There's nothing suggestive of the car.
Oh, certainly.
Because Osha table
certainly
won't TSA easily. You require certain skill.
Exactly.
And what you mean the TSA. It is Obi and TSA. No case 12.8 billion a year. But perhaps misread.
A young made the Sewakasses will be in TSA. On TSA will be some yet.
And you'll be also better as
of also be sunny a child.
Easy to understand.
Of a way younger than
and you're easy to understand.
Okay, I told them to me through phones. Of a way, and Maranica say, no, I chase you much, Remy. And we are doing now, you so best idea. And yet you are no, Sabi, one take a crown of forces at baby. Into the Martinez, we have a dance hard of Martino. Then the Panonia, not you so best. The entire many bring me and say, I know him. Me no cause of static creation amra. What? They were all kind of say.
The guy can equivalent of 5.2 million 5.2 billion dollars.
$5.2 billion.
No, and also why why dollar equivalent no.
And you for the year can say. There's no doubt. Auditor General report in about Montana. What can say be? And some no kind when Yabutra table from 1 to Z. The say na community amia bedroom pempens we. Offer the nanka many beji say mini thought down there be a make of my with the entire thought that yanko yenimono. Say even corruption be a bemwa. Offer be sound say him for the course. A course working. So read the report now. Baby and a report no emphasize it. For of everyone no come masem. Civil servant. The public officers no. Wamo and asani me koso. And that me church and send mu afidi so. Of a fantasy appointing me minister for the railways. Okwadu railways ho no. Of your directors biti ho no ma. O matina from maybe a mampani that Rollins Breso. Mampani kofu aba. Mampani that friend is a most Mahama between Mampani kofu ado Breso that's what you are juma. Look for be a word man in Bias papa not to know him. When the information was studied from Mampani that Rollins Breso. Who minister for now? What banner fain a year chira o niema the ya spend the akano obemo wasanya obenya asemo ho. And then me yusu owura muntaka case okonya wo sports ministry di emfato ho. Ofaje obi na educated tell say we o approve a unzu betimi di bia chinchinga. Obi na chira no. Okọ ho no onim say there are loopholes bi betimi di bibia bibi. But people who has been there, the civil servants, will help you to do the state. When you can want them say, see what baby me as a politician, me as a politician, or see me and Ibria. These are some of the areas or see me and Ibria because I can say for a fact say, see can do now politician they don't know anything about it. Offer they don't know anything about it. Oh. Dear Mason and say, and dear Ben offer from the one Auditor General report. Mumba Yenshe. Emfasodia yenya woso ti yenya mfaso bia woso dia yengu no but say those who are in charge also mo prosecute dia any na Auditor General report ni mfaso abaso officer yakitira kika figures no na si anya ho hwe na ejai to wo saa dia ochira obi nso beba be continue the same agenda obi de tira ho no mudi ye no ene me kam what offer Koisligon Pajringano, Prospectus, the Kokoshe, Adanya Guhono, directors Adanyo, and your MPs and your ministers, dear. Directors, and they only those buildings, no. Opa Koneko Cheke of a civil servant, and they only those buildings, no. Ask yourself, say, I ain't found no money security to those properties, no. These are the challenge we are facing as a nation. Obia kobo krono no, na MPP appear to NDC, so na NDC appear to MPP so. Na case na a foolish case. Na do di ni born na nkasa te ni baby. Me de me maka kire mo ho say ye koye nim no those kind of politics me jaye. Ye nyina ye nkamum ni fight ni enyi rot ni free system nim. Na de ba ko a ofada bia meka na me opportunity say me ne Ghana for be kasa bia me mfa ni agro. Ini ane kasa no about dollars so he find a dollar drum mo be find say yeah find the average per percentage average you know for me to account for a fact say NPP are performing better than the NDC. Do you know why? NDC be $5 and 1 cedi is to $1 mebo in 2009. Omufri abemuna dollar rate in 4.3. Of a 4.3 o find a increment the percentage how many percent? And over 300%. The year before the 4.2, a new even 100%. Within 5 years, a new 100%. But they have started complaining. Mumu increasing from within 8 years, over 300%. Yeah, 5 year, a new 100%. There was somewhere around 70%, which is a plaza. Senya buy when the best so one can be $1, na come 10 cedi. Because of speed and amode komo breso. Anya mani umutimi nya kokodro e de comparison. Minimi ye say anya no na ye nyina na nke ye hwehwe ofa. Na nke ye pese betimi aso mu na gina. Anka bema enema aye stable ama yen. Ba minu nyina nim say standard forces bia it take tikasi awi adwe. E na betimi aye adwuma yaye e wo foreign exchange ne ho.
Okay, na wonu yanomra mu bi.
Of I no kasafi, what's 15 minutes? Me ba me nya tempo na o mzamra mbiem.
Ma ono so mra mu bi.
That be 1 minute 15 minutes, me ba man 18.
That be.
Me ba me nya 10, what's one mzamra mbi.
Udi kan be to ato ai no no nyamai. Enti amale ba.
No for me ba ya no topic I now discuss. Now it have nothing to do with. Auditor General report. Of that report they all come was some harder faster. What does it got to do with the governance of
Manu send the microphone off.
Of mama kasa mama no si mama no si.
I say it's been generally accepted say MPP performs better than the
far better. That faster there. How can them say boy? From 1 cedi to $1 to 4 cedi 30%.
And in fact the vice president also told us
it is far better.
Top stars for the economic management team.
And of my mom, instance in America. What you say? What you have to because of $5 from 1 cedi. Now we can do 4 cedi 30%. Why increasing almost 400%? By you find the 4 cedi 30%. Of a patron dollar do 8 cedi 60%.
I 7 cedis.
Can I continue?
I 6 cedis.
Kingsley Mentio.
Can I continue?
Until you perform better than the NDC. Generally, of I never referred to me. Time now they man in the yard also.
Generally,
asking the other man.
I say generally MPP.
Me find it 38. Every 55. What's it?
I say NDC MPP performs better than the NDC generally relating to the economy. Let's hear you.
Well, you see, over the years, MPP have consistently peddled this falsehood. A ban economy, a ban economy.
The facts are there.
But you see, interestingly, they find the intangible area of the Ghanaian life no more Ghanaian question. And that is the economic area. Because how many Ghanaians? How many Ghanaians are so inclined about economy and the related jargons, the technicalities involved? Inflation, deflation, and any times.
I don't know what take advantage of it. I would deceive we are near him.
Anyway, say,
I'm about you.
Why fit here? Why fit so what the Oku?
Me why you into report to me that why are they?
Me and you, Amalba.
You know what report to my
Rachel.
They are San Sabra now, Honto.
I also confirm so I sang that my maybe I can yes actually.
I know the end of me man why you single but
what kahona me ya know.
Many years but quarter offer.
That is the what the main topic we are discussing. So no baba.
Generally MPP perform better than NDC when it comes to the economy.
And that is a lie on Maka over the years. Me papa we koko kweni or tear than say gromisa. Inflation won't tear here.
Into the go school no.
You get me?
Go and teach him.
Me mami a wote Tempane constituency. Our tower there. Oh, what young market. Inflation won't tear here. Dear one him say. Adia chino to the moto. Ede free garu. Aba boko abe fan nyoma. 1 liter 2016 no turn 14 cities and no turn 33 cities. Doni manu. Afenso de oni mu say. Sa okofa ne nyoma ne ede ba na so de maka se kan famre na. Na se na ka de nyoma ne ba otua 10 cities 2016 and then otua 25 cities. Aye de amano. Okoto na mo dwemu a. Se de na o turn 2016 and then on turn is that is what the people use to assess the performance of government. What ya say $4 1 city to 1 DMA. Forgetting that you devalued the city before you left office. Did you explain to the people of Ghana how much it cost you to redominate the city? Did you tell us? And the rippling effect, and its consequential rippling effect on the economy and the strength of the national currency. Did you tell us? What if the devaluation come as well? The redomination come as well? What if things were allowed to stand the way they were? But you see, NDC under President Mahama, as a vice president and the chairman of the economic management team, are holding inflation down for a single decade over 33 months in this country. Dr. Laji Mahamadou Bawumia, the vice presidential candidate at the time, no komalata. Okotomo money ene carrot, ene kakoni kaurenum, one friend woleon, ene moko or the command area no calculate inflation or with the quiet public lecture.
On Amalba said that bazo be game.
Me mo game ya.
Walk of the data reporter ba. Yeah, explain what the test
report. He is talking to me.
Of a bit what the test reporter has said.
I will come to that.
Say walk of inflation. And no semester ba be chim.
I will come to that. That's a lie.
Yeah, be more chance.
That's untrue. That's untrue. Please, that's untrue. Sorry for using the word lie. That's untrue. During that time, you disputed it. Fair. But the economy, if there's inflation, single-digit inflation doesn't reflect on the people. The same period, our economic growth went all the way to 14% and remained there for a very long time. Over 33 months. You had a problem with that. You had a problem with that.
Final comment.
And this constant self-praising mentality and willful personal aggrandizement to engage in, singing the song to themselves and dancing to their own tune, that they are the better managers of the economy. No, it's neither here nor there because what for? Kuma yeshe, master munye, and you know china We have to move to the street and tell this government that enough of the mismanagement, enough of the misappropriations, enough of the corruption.
Over
comment.
Only the India NDC for bread on when it comes to economic issues and
the question is, do they want to know?
Calculation of percentages.
It will count the no.
Of Ombeso Muhun. I bet now a year friends a cheap program so I had a watch dangerous modifiers. A better now I'm not teaching pan in what you have now. What can I say?
What you say,
the good thing is that the facts are there. I'm do person and the bet me a percentage ratio ya chere ne bi wo school wo betimi calculate enu na be mo ohunu wo dia measure o performance no measure obi nso de no ohunu say ye koye ni ma na ye koye chi afame ntra o fidi kase so nka nkyere o say Ghana yes heaven there be na mum ye se pani ni hwe no of our dear o abache ye mpesa me kana ye nuanom ti ase ne say me enne last Monday, na me come down. Me sorry, nyane Monday na me do news trendy okrum. I was so happy of finding the intia for the first time. Under mampenia do danko akufuado. Ghana timia ye product nano juice. Ya timia export ye product from Ghana to your friend is Spain. Eku juice. Etimia exporting the product from Fantimemu to Cote d'Ivoire. Now what the one say buying them perform me na minim dia wo hwehwe. And they just say, you started production now starting no. Of I am just about 1 year or 2 years. So when do you want the factory business in na do na various stages no completion the ban almost start your production now of I see the NEC export of your product so very soon dollar na near bere e campaign impo ya performing better than them no it will come down and it will be stable. Of me the man no see no they make catch Ghana for you and say NPP as a political party because what's Ghana for so munya botre no mon so yasene amambo no enye se be mampani nko adwuma o ka ho me ka ho bi o parta wo play me parta me play e na eboa yen abi atimi di o man na kwa akosi mpempenso a o se eduru of a business office wo na wanyina du se watu gift tax pen gift tax watu bida
yan pass them fama na
wadi asiuti e di cha wi wan go to yaso gift tax what they addressing them
yan pass them fama na K of the MPP that's also Enko Emma Kingsley Haruna Maliba of the NDC
of other na say what better case no say that
ya from ADAKABRI
mu ko didi mu banku na mba better make you
Ola Koku Michael and Odi be Kofi ni fie no de ko no odi be ko jojo